Mission. You and Atlas building the promise of tomorrow. Target を捕捉。位置を確認した。行くわよ。
Washing gonna find Bolu, but does get hit markers by Jez. Going up against, they're now all tied up. 1-1. Theo is going to get taken down by Jazz. You can now see Jazz pushing up towards the B flag. Rock that 35 round. See that we have Vague pushing up incredibly far, but this should be a free kill for Theo, sure enough. With the push from the backside, finds Jazz.
Licença Tocinha, botão no cofrinho do Limes, pra cima do Delzinho, double do craque, faz clique aí meu chat, você tá no YouTube, faz o clique da jogada.
Um som, morto.
Vou cravar cima, crava esquerda.
Tem um, só tem real. Vai ter mais um.
Aí tem que botar essa.
Pode ver agora, calma.
Nossa!
Hey, we've got two players left to deal with. FN 420. Oh my god, Lucky, what the hell was that? Count them out. Can't do it. Lucky is Dark Wizard. You're the only hope here, Dark Wizard. Oh my god, we've got a 2v5 that is a reality. Lydia looking for the shots. Lydia's gonna round the corner. Lydia finds one. Lydia just needs to find Lucky. Nothing happened. We're going to another round. Absolute demon. Moving quick in with the side of Nova. Dave
People see, there is one A now. Doesn't miss twice.
Oh my! Chris, he's all 1-4. Where you at, homie? I know you're in a typical sniper area right now. You're getting 80 with close. Lucky, get headshot. Cosmo, flip the smoke. Get it too, homie! We got a 1v1!
Oh my goodness, Iona! Bro, watch.
X7's left alive. Now it's Iona looking to make this.
Yo, this girl's dirty! Aggressively push up to this degree. Lydia's able to find one. Artemisa coming through. What's that? Is that a kilo? Whoa! Artemisa, Damascus kilo. Ooh, Kells finds one, is looking for two, but Artemisa. Yo, this girl kind of nuts with the kilo, bro.
Yo, how are you?
I have been. Down herself on that Sparrow shot. But The Angels do maintain this P3. Oh, brick stuff! Well, it was looking good for a minute there, Verdict, at the beginning of this round, but it has quickly gone in favor. I think you're right on the money. The arrow can push that up, finds 2 in the feed to start things off. Those double kills are worth a ton of points, let alone
And welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm your host today and for the rest of the season, as you know. And I'm here today with the most epic, amazing, and awesome duo of casters, obviously, Verdict and Day. Guys, how are you today? Day?
I'm alive.
Oh,
Wait,
that's the
we got-
beginning.
Listen, we got home at a reasonable time today, okay? We got home, chat, only an hour and a half late from work. So, you know what? We're going to count it as a dub. Normally, I'm rolling in like 5 minutes before the broadcast starts. Verdict can confirm of this. And you know what? Today, I actually was able to sit down and have some ice cream.
Woo!
So, you know what? We're doing better than usual.
I don't like ice cream. But how are you, Verdict?
After hearing that comment, I might be a little icy right there. I mean, look, ice cream is elite. I think, frozen yogurt might be a better wave, but, I mean, hey, whatever is your, frozen delight choice, I'm not gonna judge you for it unless you just don't like either of them, and then, cast you out into the pits and tell you that you're not worthy, nonetheless. I'll take some ice cream Day. I'll take some frozen yogurt. I'll take either or. I don't care. I'm not choosy. Other than that, I've been great. It's been a great week. We've had some pretty solid games so far this week. And as you all know it, Mobile Mayhem EU is coming to an end. This is the last day of the regular season, Deanna.
Yeah, and we're gonna get 2 weeks of break, and we're gonna be back in August 30 with quarterfinals and semifinals, guys. Don't forget, as we said last time, but I will say it one more time before the broadcast ending. Also, today being the last day, I'm kind of sad because I'm gonna miss you guys for 2 weeks, obviously. But we have a schedule in front of us. Day, could you please tell us the schedule?
I don't even know if I want to talk to you anymore. I feel like we can't even be friends.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't like ice cream. Chat, can you believe?
It's like
Her childhood
I
must have been like, what kind of rough childhood that you had that you don't like
Rough.
ice cream?
Too much ice cream for sure. But no, it's like I ate this year one time ice cream. It's just like
I had
not
ice cream
my
last
favorite,
night.
like, bro. I don't know if I can talk with you from now on. No,
Alright,
I don't
well,
know.
You know what? I took spoonfuls and spoonfuls of strawberry ice cream with chocolate syrup just so that I could have a stomach ache for this broadcast. But you know what? We have some pretty decent matches here today. I gotta say, number 1 and number 4 probably gonna be the best. I think the middle of our broadcast is probably gonna be over before you know it. But in match 1, we've got Light going up against Animus, and I certainly think if Light bring their A game, they can at least contest Animus, maybe get us a game 3, or at least make a Search and a Hardpoint look competitive. We'll have to see what version of Light we see today. We obviously know what Animus brings to the table. They're in that number 2 spot. For match 2, we've got Apophis versus Nova Esports, and well, as rude as this is going to sound, we were kind of joking before the broadcast at, we were going over some of the stats on our player cards and for the day, and, one of them stands out particularly far from the crowd, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But, I think, I don't remember if it was Verdict or Deanna or Ronan, but someone had made the comment that, we could see a different record for player cards set in the Nova versus Apophis matchup. And you know what? That's okay. Apophis, they're new to the scene. Nova, they are the top dogs, so that's what we expect out of them. For game 3, we'll be looking at AxiByte versus Vendetta, another match that I don't think realistically will be close. And for game 4, that one should be a banger. Verdict. Prometheus versus Cold.
Yeah, I think we've got 2 matchups out of the 4 today that are gonna, be stage 4 previews, and with stage 4 literally right around the corner. I mean, this weekend we've got India and Japan. No, not Japan. India and LATAM, and then next weekend we've got EU and Japan. We're gonna have our weeks and weeks worth of content all packed into a Saturday and Sunday. It's gonna be epic. So I'm looking forward to it. I know I'm not looking forward to being out for 2 weeks for Mobile Mayhem, but I mean, let's be real. We've got to give that little bit of time, to the team so that they can collect themselves and travel. And you know what else, Deanna? I think we got some spicy news that came up, literally hours before the broadcast, too.
Guys, if you don't know, Dragonfire and Cluster Strike are now banned in the rules. So we will not see any more Dragonfire and Cluster Strike. Now, obviously, I'm not a big pro player. I'm not a pro player. I'm not playing comp and so on. So guys, what is your opinion about these 2 bans? Verdict?
I think it's a dub. I think it should have been out of competitive play. The drone annihilator combo is possibly the worst thing I have ever seen. The wall bangs, it's like having legal wall hacks. I mean, and there's nothing you can do about it. Well, there it goes. The cluster strike, I think it was a hit. I do believe that people abuse the fact that that little tablet that comes along with a cluster strike that you can actually cancel out of, allows for like a mini UAV, and that's, not fit in a competitive scene. I think the next thing that people were talking about where it was, well, what about Goliaths? Are we going to see Goliaths? I think Goliaths are certainly up for debate, but the first 2 that we got mixed out of the equation definitely hits. Definitely not needed in a competitive scene.
I would say even past the UAV aspect of the cluster strike is the no friendly fire in our COD mobile competitive scene. You look at our console versions of COD, console PC versions of COD. In the competitive scene, there's friendly fire. So dropping a cluster strike on, for example, a P1 on standoff, something that's in the open, but with a cluster strike, you can be pretty safe. Your teammates were able to just tuck away in a corner while the enemy was totally denied 10 seconds of even being able to get close to the point to try to get the kills and whatnot from there. So I think there's a lot of factors that make those some pretty solid dubs. Definitely got to give a lot of credit to COD Mobile for the drone ban. I think is the biggest one, but either or, that's I'm excited for it. There's a well-needed change.
Also, guys, don't forget, Mobile Mayhem is sponsored by Mobile Gaming Corp. So if you check Verdict's treasure boxes, you can actually have a chance to win a pair of finger slips. Again, I say treasure box. Finger slips, guys. It would be cool to win a pair of treasure boxes, but
I'll take a
anyways,
pair of treasure boxes.
Yeah, me
full of
too.
ice cream.
Bro, no ice cream, guys.
Ah,
no ice cream, no raid. I'm sorry. I cannot talk with you anymore. I don't know. I feel like ice cream raid. It's very too much. The glass gonna be full of water. And if you use a comment in his chat, you can actually get 10% from your order. Now we talked about schedule. We talked about what happened with the rules and so on. Verdict. Can you tell us the team standings very fast?
Oh yeah, we can run over that real quick. It does look like everything's going to be set in stone for playoff runs, pending a few things happening or not. Nova Esports and Animus, they're at the top, and that's not going to change regardless of the outcomes of the matches today. 150 for Nova, 145 for Animus. AxiByte right there with 100 as well as Cold. Light with 80, Zidium with 75. That's the top 6. Now, both Zidium and Panic have buys today, and again, the only thing that could happen is if Light forfeit, and Light are in the lobby right now, so the chances of Panic making it, not happening. Prometheus with 50, very, very promising into a very solid season overall, but not enough to get into that top 6 seed. And we got Vendetta and Apophis tucking away at the rear with 0 and -10 respectively. Season is over after today. There's no chance that we see anything different as far as the top 6. But I do believe that this is about what we expected, minus the Prometheus outside of the top 6.
Yes. Okay. Should I go over the map?
Yeah, let's do it. ahead and take a look at it. It's what you just said. We're not seeing raid. Oh,
Oh my lord, someone doesn't like me at all. We do have the first game, it's gonna be a hardpoint on takeoff, followed by an S&D on fighting range, and if we're gonna get the third game, gonna be a control on raid. We have Sparrow and Purifier Band, and also Slumps and Hacienda.
all right. Hey, you know what that means? That's our cue. We're back in it like Bennett. And Lord knows, man, we need a treasure box full of ice cream since Deanna has left us and we've gone to the caster booth. So we'll be able to share that amongst ourselves. I think today is going to be a great one. Like I said earlier, I think we've got some pretty stout pieces of the sandwich. The middle gut's not necessarily where we're going to be looking at, you know, prime rib. You know, we're probably going to be getting some bologna in between these two stacked pieces of French bread, right? This is going to be an epic beginning and end to the day. We started off with Animus, and they're going to be taking light. I'm going to be honest with you. They're not going to take them light. They're going to be taking them to the woodworks, man. I think this is a great opportunity, and one of the players that we need to look at and consider is Drari.
Yeah, Drari definitely had some big numbers that he put up in Tuesday's performance, so you got to give him credit. Came through with a 1.62 in the hard point with 113 on the hill, but that is not where it stopped. Came through with a absolutely banger 2.5 KD in the search and destroy, and Animus, well, they only needed 2 to close their series out, and they did so quite convincingly.
Yeah, and then we're talking to look at it the other side of the board. It's going to be Veery again. Part of the fact that he, you know, managed to single-handedly take this team to a game 3 by himself, where again they did not win. He did an overall great job. He stepped it up after the hard point. His .92 started out with in a minute and 31 on the clock, but where we really saw him thrive at was the KD department in Search and Destroy. Man was on a tear. 4.67 with a .92 in the control to wrap things up. He's gonna have to put up some amazing numbers to bring this one back for the boys over at Light, because Animus, they are not going to take this squad lightly. This is going to be just an absolute bloodbath unless you take the advantage off the rip.
All right, well, hopefully we are ready to get into the game here shortly. I do believe we have all of our players readied up, so unsure what the delay is right now, but hopefully it will not be too long. You know what? I know what the delay is. Ronan is in charge of the lobby, so he's probably taking a nap.
Selling as usual.
Yeah. A lot and get the game rolling here, because we've got both these teams here and ready. And I think again, this might be one of the stronger matches of the night. Light, they've got to show up in a big way to contest Animus here, but I think it's possible. Unlikely, but possible.
All right, well, they're gonna have to start it strong here. It's gonna be the hard point on takeoff, as we'll see. Our highlight player is who we queued in with. It's going to be Drari off the rip. On the flip side of things, Veery going to have to bring his A game to the table. Going to need to bring his A+ game, to be fair. Animus team has been rocking and rolling. We've only seen one series this whole season where they've been tested and they lost. It was against Nova. And let me tell you, boys, ladies and gentlemen, this is not Nova in the rosters. This is Light. And they've had several roster changes since Stage 3. And have not really looked the same since. Right now, it's focus on P1. And off the bat, it is going to be a hefty margin of the lead going to be in the hands of Animus. And they are already locked and loaded on this P1, Dave.
Yep, they've already got 20 points on the board. Does look like Marky finally going to come through with a kill of his own, taking Narcs off the hill. Varian has push up, and they combine for a kill onto Grizz, and finally, things starting to look a little bit doable for the side of Light. Marky, the only player with more than 1 kill right now, and he's all the way up at 5. That's a big drop down. But you know who's tearing it up on the side of Animus is Marvel. He's on a 6 combo right now. He's definitely looking to be in a great position in this matchup. Just shy of getting some streaks on board as well. Only 41 to go, I believe, for the Hunter Killer there.
Yeah, Hunter Killer. Actually, he's actually going to pick up the Predator right there. Yeah, and then he's got the Goliath right around the corner. So
I didn't even see him use the Hunter Killer, to be honest with you.
I didn't either. He did it so quickly. Right now, he's sitting on a 7 combo with 7 kills, so obviously he didn't find anything off of that Hunter Killer. In a map like this, the SKS is definitely going to be a problem if you allow it to be. Faint's trying to be a little sneaky, try to get up the top side of that staircase. Animus rocking and rolling here in P2. And they've locked down both sets of staircases. One player in Marky trying to be that game changer. Tries to get the scaffolding jump. He's getting shut down. Perimeter control on point. The boys over at Light, they are struggling to make it to the objective. And off the bat, it is not looking bright here for Light. They are looking like dead in the water on this P2 break. 12 seconds left. Almost a full hill rotation here for Animus. And now it's time to cut your losses. The P3 rotation is very early, and I applaud the effort right there. This is how you get back in this game. You've got to win these key hills.
Yeah, you're definitely right. And right now, with a 43-point lead, Animus are definitely looking to extend that with a break on into the hill. But Very comes through with a double of his own, and he may not have had the best KD on the team for Hardpoint last week. He was one of the players with the top objective time, definitely trying to put that work in. And as a result, the team did tactically win the Hardpoint, but obviously we had the issue with the operator that DQ'd them. It was Faints for this lineup that dropped 53 kills in the Hardpoint on Tuesday, so we definitely got to see him step things up, because right now they're up against Animus, and Faints is on a 2-9, and if Faints ain't popping off, then this is just not a winnable circumstance for the side of Light. And you look into our next match, a Search and Destroy against Animus.
Yeah.
I would say is so very unlikely that Light have to win this Hardpoint, I would think.
Yeah, we've seen Stranger Things, right? I mean, we're
I
not
have seen Stranger Things.
Oh, well. You've got to watch this great series. It's about as great as this series that we're seeing right here, a preview and glimpse into Stage 4. Right now, Animus are handling business. Both Goliaths, one already on the rotation anew. The old just gets destroyed, but it served its purpose. Talking about getting some 40 seconds on the hill to get maximum profit. It was there the entire time. Right now, it is almost a 100-point gap that Light have to bridge, and I'm going to be honest with you, there's only one player in the lobby for Light who's in double digits, and it's Hez. He's sitting on a fat 10 right now, and just not having the very best of luck now. Rotations through, the Goliath has to be dealt with. Not a lot of Annihilators, not a lot. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand why we're not seeing them try to take this out with Annihilator. I guess you can't get to the point close enough to, you know, get a clean shot on it. And, you know, I think that's the blender that Light had been tossed into. Faint's going to go ahead and try and finally get it taken down. That's one shot that hits two. It's done. But look at it. There's only 7 seconds left. That one served its purpose, too. That's full point holds for the Goliaths, both on P3 and P4. Talk about getting a lot of value out of your buck, man. That was possibly two of the best Goliaths we've seen in all of Mobile Mayhem.
You don't like the Goliaths that we had on Tuesday?
We had 3 Goliath yoinks that day, bro. That was interesting.
Text playing Warzone?
Yeah.
Alright.
Was in chat earlier. I don't know what he's doing.
Alright, well, Animus are just absolutely destroying Light right now. We thought this was going to be a banger, and, well, that ain't looking to be the case. And, you know, it's kind of funny, in the pregame when we were talking about the matches that we had today, we were talking about possibly the Nova matchup setting some records for the player cards for the season. But right now, Marvel, he's up on a 25-4 right now. Hasn't quite been able to get into nuke territory, but has certainly been streaking out for the team. Gets taken down there. Still sitting on a 5 KD up against Light. Up against Light! Light washed.
Light getting the business handed to him right now. Grizz just picked up a nasty 3 streak with the Annihilator itself, and spawns for P2 right now. It's going to be, yet again, that's right, Animus all over the objective. Not even close to 50 right now for the boys over. Like I say that, they're 2 points away, but let's be real. They have struggled to get 2 points off of each and every objective since P1. P2 was a drought. P3 and P4 Light. 2 Goliaths pretty much ruined this game. The pace, it's down. The intensity's high for Animus, and Light can't keep up. Marky trying to get the break. They're trying to make a comeback. It's certainly, I mean, we've seen bigger comebacks, right? This is not out of reach, but on a map like Takeoff, it's almost impossible. It's like watching Bocage and in CDL. The chance of you being able to come back on a, 200 to 50 point spread line or score line, it's just not doable. Right here, 6 seconds left on P2, heading to P3. I don't know, man. They're tucking their tails. They're heading over. They're trying to get the setup, but even the setups have been botched. The score streaks have been rampant. Cluster or drone, out of the equation, it doesn't matter. Animus, the gun skills are just immaculate.
Yeah, I talked about gun skill being immaculate. I was watching Marvel when his Annihilator came to an end. First of all, he picked up, I think, 3 with the Annihilator, and then immediately followed it up with a 3-piece with the Deagle. It was almost like the Annihilator never ended for him there. Finally taken down, but he's been rocking it with the SKS. You've also got Durari, who is our player to watch for the side of Animus, up on a 31-23, and they have just been shredding the side of Light when it comes to their gunfights. Our top frag for the side of Light right now is currently sitting with Marky at a 22 and 35 verdict. We are getting massively outslayed, and as a result, we're getting good map control and really, really solid and consistent pressure coming out of the side of Animus. And as a result, they pick up the 250 to 61 win over Light. 100-point club. Light are held down and now getting ready to go into a search and destroy. Light can't be feeling super confident.
Oof. Yo, that was brutal to watch, man. I've seen massacres before, but on takeoff, man, I'm talking about every single... We got through 7 hills, Dave. That's all it took to get 250 for Animus. They took Light to the butcher shop and just chopped them up and fed them to the dogs. I don't even know, man. 37 from Marvel. Make a player card for that. That is absolutely ridiculous. And if this is a glimpse that we're going to get for a Stage 4 preview, it is not a good look for Light. They have not a lot of time. There is not a lot that you can take from a VOD review on this other than you just got beat the hell up. It was brutal. They got through it. Can they make it through the search and destroy? It takes it at game 3, though. I'm going to be honest with you. Hardpoint has been looking pretty solid for Animus, but their search is... I mean, I don't know if you can name a better duo. Animus on search and destroy, they are just better. And we'll see how it pans out now. I don't even want to look at this scorecard. Good Lord. Look at that. Narcs with 2 minutes and 39, 31 and 19. Drari with 31, 37 and 7 with 49 for Marvel. He did that with the SKS. Sheesh. That was a brutal one to spectate. Yeah. Ooh, chat, we're speechless. That was... I mean, you like to see a good beatdown, but, I mean, when Animus are putting you in the blender that early and there's literally no answer back from Light, I mean, at one point I had to get a pulse check and see if they were still breathing, man. That was... I mean, at the end, I looked at Faints, and Faints was like, in P4, he's like, I'm not even going to try and contest, dude. Let's just get this one over. Get it over with. In the game!
Yeah, I mean, listen, we were saying early on that this is a possibility to be a really solid game, and again, to me, it would have had to be Light coming through the performance in the hard point, because I just don't think they have what it takes to stand up against the side of Animus when it comes to search and destroy. There are very, very few teams, not just in Europe, but worldwide, that are as solid in search and destroy as the likes of Animus. So I'm not feeling super confident for Light here. Obviously, we could see it go the other way. I think looking back at the Animus versus Nova matchup, a lot of people would have expected, Nova probably comes through and wins the hard point. Animus probably wins the search and destroy, and then it's a toss-up for the game 3, that control. That actually went the opposite way around. That was Animus coming through at the hard point win, then lost their search and destroy. So maybe we see an opportunity where Light can capitalize here, but man, I think it is going to be the struggle bus through and through.
Well, I mean, this was the map that Nova did it to him on, so firing range we're heading to for game number 2. Best of 3 format. Obviously, Animus only need one more. And in an instance like this, Light, you just need to throw what happened out the window. As painful as that was to watch, I'm sure it was just as painful to endure. But the hard times are past. Now it's time for you to step your game up and make something happen here. I'm on board with Marky. I know we were talking about Very being the carry in the search earlier. I think Marky's got to be one of those players who has to have a breakout game for this team to click. Right now, it's a B-side push. Cathalia going to be able to get one. That's Hez. Now the focus is down on the container. Marky and Gore going to be able to combine for 2, but Drari's on the backstab. Bomb's going to be planted to Deagle to follow it up with. And then we got a 2v3, and Very going to be able to take down Drari, thankfully. And it's a good old 2v2 with 30 seconds left.
All right, well, you've got Marvel, the advanced artillery DLQ in hand. You've also got Cathalia coming through with that all-new KSP. Marvel's going to find one, and now Jenner Gore taking some shots. Deagle in hand is looking for some action, but the Deagle War goes over to the side of Marvel. And let me tell you, Marvel has just been on a different level today with this Deagle. I mean, we knew he was a solid player, especially when it came to the Deagle use already. But, I mean, he is giving Light the business. Again, I mean, we were talking about possibly setting player card records for him here today. And, you know, they're up against Light. They're not up against, you know, I hate to maybe...
Be that guy. Be it.
Be that guy.
Yeah.
But, you know, Verdict's rooting me on for it. Listen, guys, Brixta has one hell of a player card for today. But it was up against Vendetta. And Marvel is contesting it up against Light. Those are not even teams of the same caliber. So you got to give these guys some credit for sure. But right now, it is looking like we have an opportunity for Light to answer back with a round of their own.
Yep, Narcs left in a 1v3. We saw a magnificent wallbang to start this one off from Marvel, but it's going to go unnoticed for now as Narcs is last player alive. Feint's going to be spotted! Big shots. 1v2. Slow it down now. You can see Bomb's still down. No big hurry to get that taken care of, but should have been a focus because Gore has your number right there in the door frame of wood. And just like that, Light strike back. Already putting up a hell of a fight so far. Much better than we saw on the hard point. Let's just be real. That was a griefed game off the rip. I mean, you go from P2 to the remainder of it, there was not a chance you see Light make that comeback right now. They are starting things off on the right foot. They're trading blows with the best of the best. And the big thing is to get away from Grizz right now because he's on a bit of a sprint. Is going to be able to find 2, but Feint's finally able to take him down. Damage is done, though. And it's left to Hez and Viri now, Dave. 2v4 style. Bomb's going to go down.
All right, well, Hez and Viri left alone in a 2 versus 3. Viri definitely had a solid search performance for them on Tuesday, and Hez, you know, he had his rough week, but has been looking better in the search, so we'll give him credit for that for sure, but this just does not look like a doable 1v3 clutch right now, and with Viri about to walk right into the Lion's Den. Gerard going to come through with the KSP in hand. Takes him down. And just like that, Animes, they're up to 2 versus 1 now.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Blows being
Did
traded.
Comment on the joke there?
No. I appreciate it. I wanted chat to be like, what the hell did you just say? Did you just say Animes?
Well,
I knew what you said.
Listen, when I send Ronan the player cards, I always put like the team name after the player, and he didn't even notice it first for Animus. I did Animes.
Oh boy, a little bit of griefing right here now as the bomb plant comes through very quickly. The rush plant pays off. Now it's Feints, 2 kills to his name. Looking to rack up a few, but Cathalia gonna pick up the DLQ himself. Crisp shots right there, and 3 rounds to 1 now as we're gonna get 2 more rounds on the attack here for the squad of Animes, and, you know, I saw the anime little spray paint right underneath their feet. It's very appropriate. I'll allow it.
Absolutely, and you know what, this is definitely turning out to be a little bit of a spicy game. We're going to see a lot of domination out of the side of Animus, but this round it's 2 for 1 trade. Make it a 3 or a 4 as Feints and Viri come through with some extra. That's going to leave Marvel last alive. Slides on up. Oh, god dang, what a flick coming out of Marvel. Takes down Gore. Now he's got to deal with Marky, and, well, can't win that first gunfight. Nice little jump around the corner out of Marky there. Definitely got to say that Marky is looking to be one of the possible nominations for Sniper of the Split for sure.
Destroy the objective. We got the bomb.
Recovery round for Light right now. It's going to be Hez getting dropped off the rip. It's Narcs finding first blood. He's got 5 on board. Grizz already... Look at this guy. He is a madman. Marky finally going to be able to shut him down, but damage done. Bomb's going to be hopped. It's going to be 1 player left to deal with. Nonetheless, 44 seconds. The round's over with Day. I mean, back-to-back, or 3 rounds in a row, it looked like, you know, Animus, bar that 4-1. Before that, 3 solid rounds on the attack to give them the advantage. They're sitting pretty. We flip sides. Are we going to see that same kind of mentality on the defense? Well, again, Marvel going to start off with first blood. Drari there to get the trades. 3-man rush right through the middle of the map. And Gore and Marky there on their heels. It is going to be Gore getting dropped. Drari getting the last
18 seconds.
That is so tough.
Wow, man. I think this is like the second day of gameplay in a row that we've seen Animus just have a complete blowout round. Didn't they have a 15-second round on Tuesday?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are absolutely cracked.
Well, to be fair, it was against Zidium, so I don't know if you can compare the two in search, at least.
All right, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, I would say Light is hardly looking better than Zidium in search right now. Maybe that's just because of the level of competition they're up against, but maybe they're bouncing back a little bit here. Dude, Marvel is disgusting. What the heck, dude?
That was such a cheeky spot. I peeked the angle. I caught it right before he took the first shot. I saw the hit marker. And then he follows it up because the player didn't know what hit him. Gets the jump. Man's looking like Jordan out here, hitting jump shots left and right. And Drari and Marvel, they're going to continue to grief. And the body shots coming through. Thought you had a nice setup. It was the 2v4 day. Marvel and Drari, they complete the dream. And that was looking like a promising round for Light. And they're going back to the drawing board, scratching their head like, what the hell went wrong? I'll tell you what went wrong. Marvel and Drari were still alive. That was the problem.
Got in the ring with Animus, man.
Yeah,
I mean, jeez. Not often you see 2v4 comebacks and Animus do it, and it looks pretty flawless the whole time. Right now, looking at the scoreboard verdict, you've got Marvel up on 9. You've got Narcs up on 8, and Drari on 9 as well. We've got fairly decent numbers put up on the side of Light, but just have not had the impact. And, well, with the 2-for-2 trade off the rip, you've got Very, Hez, and Marky left. They're going up against Grizz, Marvel, and Drari. And once again, Marvel and Drari left alone in a 2v3, but the kill does come through for Very. Now it's going to be Drari. Last alive, 9 kills on board, KSP in hand. The bomb plant's coming through for Hez. Surely Light are able to clutch up a 3v1, right?
I mean, it's Drari on board. He's got 9. Question is, does he have the ice in his veins to clutch it up? It's a bomb plant that came through. 30 seconds left on the clock. Okay, the smoke, the little decoy. I think Marky might have spotted him here. The call-outs come through. It's not quick enough. Hez finally going to be able to get some shots in, but it's Very from the back. And here comes Light. They have yet to give up. 3-6. They clutched a 3v1, and as creative as the push was for Drari, the mid-side approach gives Marky the intel, and sure enough, the collapse comes through for the 2 remaining players. So Light are still alive. They're going to go ahead and extend it to another round, but how much more can they handle? The ring has been hot. It is certainly the area of focus where Animus have just been giving them the beat down so far. Now it's time for Light to put the gloves on and put some work on as well with it. 2 have dropped so far for the price of 1. Hez is gone, and Grizz and Narcs dealt with. Marvel, though, he wins a big gunny, and Very didn't see it coming. And Day with 1:20 on the clock. We've got Drari picking up another kill. There's only Marky and Faints. Is there a hope for Light to continue on in this search?
Well, I'm almost certain it's trolling, but we've got Creed in chat saying reverse sweep incoming. Bro, I don't think we're going to make it that far. It is match point, and it's Faints left alone in a 1v3. He's getting stuff thrown at him, ends up walking right into the sights of Marvel, who was absolutely cracked today. Whether it came to the hard point, whether it was the search and destroy, this dude came through and it gave Light the business. And as a stage 4 preview, definitely hoping that Light are able to bounce things back. They've got a little bit over a week to go before stage 3 Europe is here. And these guys got a lot of work to do because Nova, Animus, they're not teams that are going to let up. We've also got Prometheus in the mix. And there's a lot of solid competition in Europe right now. And what, only 3 teams can make it to Stage 5?
Yeah, man, this is tough pickings this year. Stage 4 going to be only 3 teams heading to Stage 5. We didn't get a Masters event, which was very unfortunate. That would have, pretty much guaranteed a 4th team. And then also allowed one of the teams that finished 4th in the event to potentially get a bid as Stage 5. And right now, I just don't see Light making, the cut. They finished Stage 3 with such a great ending. It was the 2nd place finish. They put the smackdown on Nova initially, and then they got the absolute business handed to them in the grand finals. Nonetheless, here it comes. It is Marvel, head of the pack. He's definitely going to be earning a player card off of this one. 12 kills on board and some of the nuttiest shots that we've seen. We've seen him hit jumpers. We've seen him on his tummy just hitting absolute disgusting wall bangs. He knows all the spots, and he's sporting a few right there. Terrari, though, right underneath him. I mean, he was a go-to player to watch for the series to begin with. Certainly lived up to the hype. 9 on board for Narcs. Grizz with 7. 9 for Viri on the flip side, and things go south from there with all 4 of the players remaining for Light with 5 kills apiece. We got to take it back to the host desk. Deanna, I know that you enjoy watching Animus play. How much enjoyment did you get to see out of those shots from Narcs? And
oh my god, it was amazing. Amazing. Oh my god, you guys know I really love watching Animus play. I did not miss any of their games in last Mobile Mayhem because I'm a fan. Okay, they are absolutely amazing. And coming in this game, Light versus Animus, the hardpoint was impeccable. Obviously, I watched Marvel a lot because he was using an SKS and he was 37 and 7 at the end. And then coming into the SND and watching Marvel hitting the nastiest shots. I didn't even know that you can wallbang where he wallbanged there. It was just like so amazing, and I'm just so happy that I managed to see it. And I managed to actually talk about it, because watching it is cool, but saying it, it just makes me feel better because they are so talented, and I wish them good luck for Stage 4, and for all teams who gonna play Stage 4, I wish them good luck. Hopefully they're gonna all perform as Animus, because they are amazing. Okay. Now that I'm I need
she's
to...
got the fangirl out. Look, she's done. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Okay,
That was a brilliant performance from Animus. We get it.
Okay, guys. This matchup was amazing, but we need to take a short break because the game was actually amazing, right? And we're gonna be back after a break, and we're gonna watch Nova versus Apophis. So we're gonna hear the word from our sponsor, and we're gonna be right back.
Welcome to New Vision City, a city built upon innovation. You and Atlas, building the promise of tomorrow. Target を捕捉。位置を確認して。行くわよ。
welcome back. We did have a short break. We were waiting for the teams to join, but well, unfortunately, Nova forfeit for this game. So yeah, I'm disappointed because I wanted to see Nova, but guys,
They were scared of
verdict?
Vendetta.
The
Or
Apophis.
Apophis, sorry. I thought
It's
about that
okay.
after I said it. I'm like, wait a minute, Vendetta doesn't play yet.
Yeah. But I'm kind of sad. I wanted to see Nova play, but yeah, it's a forfeit. I think it's the first time I see it this
Nobody
season,
wanted
right?
to watch Nuke's on stream.
Yeah, well,
I
I
wanted.
mean,
I'm
how do we make
I'm
player
sorry.
cards for Nova now?
Exactly.
Don't.
I'm just kidding. Put the highlight player and then just put
Player to
forfeit,
watch,
but- yeah.
Inferno, forfeit,
Forfeit.
forfeit.
Yeah. Well, stats,
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
or not going to happen. We're going to get geared up for our third series. That means we're going to be moving on to, I believe, AxiByte and Vendetta. So I know you mentioned
Yes.
Vendetta, not on the criteria as of yet, but we've got that one and one more series left on the night, and that'll bring our season to the end. I don't believe we could have made it throughout the regular season without a few DQs, and you know what? We're not even mad at Nova. It happens, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's for good reason. They didn't want to switch back over from the tournament client, and I mean, I can't really be mad at that.
Yes,
Can.
but I still wanted them to. I wanted to see them. Yeah. I'm kind of disappointed a little bit. Yeah, it's like I don't know.
Eh.
But we can do anything, right? Right.
Chat is so confused right now.
I mean, come on now. You guys didn't want to see Apophis nuke
to
Nova.
Raw. Yo, hold on. Can we pin that? Apophis to Raw.
Whoa, is this not the first time Apophis win?
They beat Nova.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
come on, it's something
100%.
important. Like yeah, so guys should be proud. Like I don't know.
Rip. All right, well,
Uh,
we're going to get geared up for our third series. We're going to take a short intermission yet again. Wait for this next series,
Yes.
which is on deck. That's Vendetta and AxiByte.
Exactly.
So gear up, go grab your favorite drink, go get your favorite snack, because we're got that one in our highlight match of the night left on the table. So we'll see you guys shortly.
Welcome to New Vision City, a city built upon innovation. You and Atlas, building the promise of tomorrow. Target を捕捉。位置を確認して。行くわよ。
guys, and welcome back. We did had another short break, but we waited for the teams who actually joined kind of fast, even if it was a little bit earlier. We are here back for the third game of tonight. Well, technically it's the second one, but like, you know, it's third. It's gonna be Vendetta versus AxiByte. Guys, do you have any prediction? Verdict?
Yes, it's not gonna be close.
Oh.
Dave, thoughts?
I think if I had to guess, probably Vendetta in a convincing 2-0 fashion.
Very, very bold of you. Like I said, it's not gonna be close. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not gonna be close. Well,
I was wondering when someone was going to try to say something about that. Like, come on now, guys. I know nobody doesn't actually think Vendetta wins this 2-0 in convincing fashion at that.
No, but
right?
like I wanted to continue, you know, your you know, your kind of
the point of the troll day is to continue on and not, you know, not accept the reality that you're full of ish, right?
Exactly. I do agree with the verdict on this side, and most of the times. But like, yeah, I just wanted to support. You know, I actually put like a, you know, an okay face, and I was like, yeah, he's
most
right.
of the time, you
yes,
you never give me your support. This
what
is
do you mean? No, what do you mean? You know why I don't give you your you that much support? Because when I casted an AV2, you give me a lot of L. I took a lot of L from you. So now I'm like with verdict.
The advantage. Just because you lost doesn't mean that was my fault.
It was your fault, obviously. Verdict, back me up here, please.
It's your fault, eh?
Exactly. You see?
Right.
I don't even know what we're talking about. I kind of got lost in the conversation.
Bro,
lost in the sauce.
I got lost in the sauce, bro.
But we are back here, and we are ready to see Vendetta versus AxiByte. I'm gonna go very fast over the map. Okay. We're gonna have the first game. It's gonna be a hardpoint on standoff, followed by an SND on firing range, and if we're gonna get the third game, it's gonna be a control on takeoff. Beautiful maps beside takeoff, but I don't think we're gonna have a chance to see a third game. Okay, we do have Annihilator Purifier banned, and Summit and Hacienda banned too.
Alright, Day, it's you and I's time to shine. That's right, that beautiful light of joy is gonna exit. We're gonna be joined back by her in just a moment. Some of the players that we're going to be looking at to be lights of joy for both of these teams, I've got to roll with the AxiByte roster. It's going to be Denisio. He had such a huge impact in his last series. $1.30 in the hardpoint for the KD. 41 cents. I don't think I've ever seen 41 cents at a gas station ever. I'm a boomer, but I'm not that old. Oh, that's seconds on the objective. That's admirable, considering the role that he plays. 0.87 in the KD department for Surge. Need to hit those shots. And if it does go to that game 3, we're going to be looking at a $1.37 for the KD and the control. Day taking a look at the flip side of things. Greek, he was the only one who was salvageable, right?
We almost didn't do a player card for Vendetta. if you want me to be honest, fortunately, I think one of our teams, we actually just straight up said, no, we're not going to do a player card. We don't want to put them on blast like that. Greek was close enough to neutral that we were like, all right, we'll go ahead and give it to him. Greek coming through with the 0.71 in the hardpoint KD. 8 seconds on the objective. I mean, to be fair, they kind of got blown out of the water. I think they were up against, Prometheus on Tuesday.
Exactly.
And then Surge came through with the 0.78. The matchup that we decided we were going to skip the player card for, and it worked out well. Because they didn't play today, I'm going to go ahead and put him on blast for it. Was the Animus versus Zidium matchup was just utterly disrespectful by the side of Animus. I think, I was like, Ronan, can we just skip this one? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. They're not playing today. I was like, perfect.
That was a tough one. I think Sayes was the only one that went positive in the hardpoint, but he followed up with. Did you get a donut in the search?
Yes, 0-7.
I don't even know how you. I don't know how you even break down a statistic like that. We didn't get a game 3, luckily. It was a brutal beatdown, and fortunately enough, we didn't get any DQs. So, hope we don't get any more DQs for the remainder of the season, because we're in game number 3 of 4, or series number 3 of 4, and we only got one more to go. This one's not quite a stage 4 preview, but it's certainly going to be a site where we're going to see AxiByte kind of display their skills. The thing that they need to do here is they need to handle business. They don't need to have any kind of question marks left up on the table, and it's got to start here in P1 now as we see standoff. Hardpoint is off to a great start right now. 5 seconds for the objective. The open courtyard is about to be a bloodbath. And off the bat, Vendetta doing a pretty good job of holding the fort down in top, granny, and bottom.
All right, well, Apollo and Melk each come through with a kill, and Melk opting to use the HS 2126. Maybe, listen, we've given Melk a hard time about his weapon versatility, and the R9 has been in an interesting spot, right? It's not as strong as it once was. It still can dominate in the right matchups, playing the right angles. But Melk, I don't know if switching to the HS 2126 is going to be the versatility that we were looking for. Does pick up one on the aimbot there, but again, this might at least in part be due to just the matchup at hand. Off the rip, we've got a 34-5, and only a couple seconds left on the hill. The rotation over towards next. Apollo going to get taken down from Nor from behind. And yeah, this is very likely going to be probably starting to get even further out of the hands of Vendetta, if I had to guess.
Well, I mean, Vendetta actually taking matters in their own. The Cali 6 come out for Siege. The trophy's down. The hill's theirs. 10 seconds in. All good. Everything is fine. Right now, the spawns are where I'm questioning things at. You see the massive amount of players who are surrounding the area and no kind of perimeter control there for Vendetta. They're going to get dropped. And that is going to be the clean sweep break right here on the objective on this P2 factory site. Now, things look kind of, you know, manageable getting into it. They started off with a decent amount of time to, you know, to this P2 site. But reality set in. The reality is AxiByte's stage 4 qualifying team, even with Melk using the pop-pop, he's actually just got a 3 in the feed. And I call it pop-pop because I'm not saying HS2126. That's a lot of numbers and too many letters to realistically be. Oh my god, he makes it look good though. He's almost to a Goliath, Dave.
All right, well, we'll see what happens here as we look at our streaks across the board. We've got a Goliath and a Hunter Killer left for Melk. Definitely popping off here a little bit, but again, this matchup is a little different than most, so I think that's something to consider. Hops the wall, jumps right into Ryu. And actually, looking at our boy Ryu here, does have a cluster strike on his class, so you know, hopefully we'll still see these two teams play it out. But that recent rule change definitely something that people got to be paying attention to.
Yeah, I mean that's something you got to be paying attention to, and of course these guys are gonna play it out because there's no way we see streaks go past a Predator missile for the opposing side. I don't think this is an opportunity for Vendetta to really cause a seed in an upset. I think this is just more along the lines of sharpening the tools for AxiByte, and right now, even with Melk, you know, kind of using that little pop gun, I don't think we've ever seen it in competitive play in the history of competitive play ever. First time, firsthand, it's not looking too bad. He's got a Goliath, so of course against a sizable opponent, might be looking at something different, but it's P4 bound. We are 60-second deficit and a little bit more and change as we roll here. And this is where things are certainly going to go 100% in fashion of in the ways of AxiByte. I can't even look. Melk is literally shooting his own Goliath right now. This is what we're looking at. What are we going to get that legendary HS 2126, Chad?
I mean, that's a good question, but I don't even know what to think about Melk chasing Apollo around with the in the Goliath. I mean, they don't have anybody contesting him on point. The rest of the team is, for the most part, just mopping the floor with the enemies. Finally, looks like Ryu and Noir do come through with a couple kills of their own, and now Noir gonna pop on over, finds another, but it's HBC coming through, finds one with the Peacekeeper, finds another with the Hunter Killer, and another, make it a 3-piece for him. And time just totally uncontested on the P4 hill here. Melk capitalizing on the HS in the close range is going to find Nor, and the 122-point lead in favor of the side of AxiByte.
Yeah, you can see it. The Goliath. Smooth transition from P4 to P1, and that way to connect the dots. There's no way this thing gets any more life out of it. It's 50% and counting now, the life count for Apollo. He has got the, I mean, just, I don't know how he's gotten this far in the Goliath. Nonetheless, Vendetta struggling to even get anywhere remotely close. Noir going to try his luck. He's got the Sparrow, and sure enough, the Goliath is going to be dealt with, as well as another player. Denisio on a 2 streak. Looking for more, 180 to 48, and right now, I mean, it's AxiByte handling business and Melk having fun, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I would say to an extent, for sure. Melk, listen, we criticized you a little bit on sticking to the R9 as much as you did. I don't want to see the HS become a thing. Please, for the love of God, don't make us roast you about that.
Look,
too.
I'm sure Hitman would appreciate this. I think one of his favorite guns is the HS2126.
If it's a shotgun, it's one of his favorite guns. So
fair enough. Fair enough.
The bar's not set real high with Hitman. If it goes doof, then it's one of his favorites. And you know what, Greek?
If the bullets spread, yeah.
If bullet spread accuracy is a benefit to your gun, then
exactly.
then Hitman likes it. All right, well, crossing the 200-point mark here, we've got AxiByte. They've only got 2 streaks on the board right now. Make it 3 as HBC is able to come through with some extra kills in the feed. Another quad feed comes through. It's got a pred, burns it, doesn't get anything, but maybe some information. Got a hunter killer out, and then we've got another Goliath here as well, and could be looking to close things out on P3. They don't have enough time here on P2, but it doesn't realistically look like Vendetta have any intentions of realistically putting up a fight here.
Yeah, I mean, they're taking the beat, and the important thing is to know the cluster is irrelevant at this point. I mean, DQ or not, the points don't look like it's a close game. Some talent certainly on Vendetta's roster. They got a lot to work on. The rotations have been mid. The holds have not been there. The team pushes. They look like 5 players running, you know, kind of like chickens with their heads cut off in each direction. And right now, game comes to a close. We're trying to, you know, create a little bit of, you know, a scenario where this team could have done better. But realistically, game's already over with. And, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. It wasn't that close. The Goliaths Raid Supreme at the end. P4 was a lockdown. I don't even know how you get the connection to P1 from P4. I don't know how you make that transition. That Goliath is so slow. Problems like that need to be dealt with real quick. Taking a look at the kill cams and the scorecards, and we got a 31 and 33 for HBC, a minute and 36 on the clock, but Melk held the fort down with a 3-13 and a 23 and 12. That's got to be the best game Melk's had in his Mobile Mayhem career this season.
I mean, listen, we weren't playing against a team that really matches up to where we expect AxiByte to compete at, right? We were talking a little bit earlier about the sandwich for today, our 4 games, right? And today we were more excited about the bread. Listen, the filling for today, if you want me to be blatantly honest, it's ketchup and onions. I mean, it is not...
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, here at Mobile Mayhem, we serve ketchup and onion French bread sandwiches. Baguette sandwiches?
Today.
Yeah.
At least
Today. Yeah. I mean, we knew this was going to be a bloody one off the rip. We tried to make it as entertaining as possible, but you know, for AxiByte, they're trying to get in that peak stage 4 performance form and mode, and I think they did a great job of the rotations. They didn't have very much competition to deal with in the trenches, so they're, you know, I bet you they're wishing they had a better opponent to play against today, because this is the last day of Mobile Mayhem EU for the regular season, and we won't be joining back with this cast until the end of August. So they're gonna have to get some practice on the tournament client. Is gotta be some of the best, because you know the way that Light performed recently, they kind of got beat by Light in, what was that? Was that Tuesday's matchup? Was that Prometheus? No, that wasn't Prometheus. That was AxiByte. AxiByte did not look good in Hardpoint. at all. It was close, but they did not look that great against Light, and Light got just absolutely trampled on against Animus.
That is true. Correct. I'm trying to pull up my Prometheus, Vendetta, Zidium, Animes, Cold Panic, Light versus AxiByte. Yeah, it was 250 to 212. We obviously had the DQ from various. So yeah, it was a close game that they did lose, but they did bounce back and ended up winning that series, didn't they?
But it was a control. It was a 3-2 control, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and it wasn't a very convincing control win. I mean, granted the defending rounds were very grief. I believe we didn't play that one on standoff, did we? It wasn't raid.
No, it was firing range, and the search and destroy was on standoff.
Okay, there we go. That makes sense. It was a takeoff hardpoint, wasn't it? To start it off.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying. Look, my old man memory serves me correct. Occasionally, chat. Occasionally. And I remember as much as I can possible because it's good for the mind. So I do need to start looking at that spreadsheet. I think that's an area of opportunity for me, though. I think it could definitely benefit the cast.
Yeah, next season there will definitely be a populated spreadsheet. This season, since we started so late, I've got a Discord channel I'm tracking it all in.
Yeah.
But yeah, next season you'll have access to a spreadsheet. NA will have it. I'm gonna toss it up to LATAM. If they want to do something with it, they can. So.
All right, well. Let's get this show on the road. It was a bloody beatdown in game number 1. I'm not expecting it to be remotely close here in the Search or Destroy, but again, Vendetta surprises. We'll see if AxiByte can handle the heat now as they're getting geared up for stage 4, week and a half approximately before they, they go into war with 7 of the best EU teams that they have to offer. So obviously that Swiss elimination bracket to start it off with is going to be tough. You got to win 2 before you lose 2. Right now, it's a best of 5 for each series. So you've got to find a way to win control for 1, but you also got to find a way to improve in hardpoint and make it convincing in Search and Destroy.
All right, well, we're getting on into the action here. It's game 2. It's firing range, search and destroy. Do you think we maybe have a better performance out of Vendetta here, or do you think AxiByte are just going to come through and plow on and continue to rain terror like they did in that hardpoint?
Well, with the way that Denisio's hitting shots, I mean, he's already found 3. Greek's going to be able to find 1 before he goes. It's all the Noir. He's going to get caught with his pants down, trying to get that plant down, and just a very quick round for AxiByte. Very convincing. 2 casualties to go along with it. So Denisio, and when he's in peak form, he is a threat to anybody in the lobby, and he's got to be able to hit those shots a long sight. So I'm thinking we're going to see possibly another like 7-2, 7-3 scenario here. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt to Vendetta. They have shown that they can, put some points on the board and search or destroy against some of the admirable teams, but it's going to be a struggle.
All right, well, Greek going to open one up onto HBC, and Nor is going to find a nice little snipe onto Lydia there. One of the few players that does rock the Kashka. Definitely a player that has some potential to make it look good. Aimbot, rather, is going to take down Melk as well, and now it's a 3-for-1 trade. Denisio is able to get 1 back onto Greek. Make it 2, takes down Aimbot as well, and Denisio 2 rounds in, has got 5 on board. Could be looking to help Apollo possibly clutch up a 2v5 here if they were able to get it through together. Oh, well, Ryu's there at the corner, takes down Apollo.
Ain't no way.
Ankle shot.
Oh. Yo, put an ankle bracelet on him. Man, Denisio, he is in, just god-tier form with the snipes right now. He's got it back to a 1v2 scenario. Bomb was planted. That was an instance where if this clutch comes through, it's all on your bomb planter's fault. Denisio's going to be able to thread the needle. The Deagle's looking nice. Ryu just needs to play his life. He wins the gunny. 1v5 almost comes down to Denisio clutching. Had to force that one. Unfortunately, doesn't win the gunny. And Ryu puts one on the board for the squad of Vendetta. And you got to look at it. Your bomb carrier is the one to blame for that rotation. It was very late. They were in wood, and they already had 3 down. Make that rotation earlier, like getting the bomb earlier as well, maybe? I don't know. That could have gone wrong in a 1v5. Could have happened. The ace should have gone in the hands of Dinicio.
All right, well, let's see what happens here. Dinicio being down is definitely a big pick for the side of Vendetta. But Apollo is able to take down Ryu Greek. Able to get the refrag, and now HPC pushing up. KSP in hand, can't quite find it. Sights on to aimbot, but finally able to come through with the cleanup, and it's going to leave Noir last alive. HPC hops the corner, picks up the kill. That's going to be a 2-1 lead now coming through for the side of AxiByte. Gotta say, I definitely would like to see a little bit more life and consistency out of AxiByte than just in
Dinicio.
Specifically Dinicio, but I would even extend that to Dinicio and Lydia.
Yeah.
So HPC having a pretty decent day today, but again, the measure of opponent that they're against right now versus what we're going to see them have to go up against next weekend is just not even close. So hopefully they'll get some good scrims in. I have high expectations for this team. Obviously, we know Dinicio. He's been one on many teams in the scene, and it doesn't matter what roster he's on. He always seems to be able to make an impact, whether it's the hard point, whether it's the search, the Dom, or the control. Obviously, Dom dating back a little ways. But Lydia as well, a player that we saw come through on that XOXO roster in Masters last year, right? They were one of the reasons that Stamina did not make it through Masters. I mean, they put him down into the losers bracket. Stamina then went on to lose again from there, but we know that Lydia has the talent. We know she has the experience.
My God.
That's something solid they bring to the table. And now Ryu, last alive in a 1v2 as Melk is tearing him apart with the buy 15. He does finally get dropped, but Lydia with the refrac onto Ryu. It is going to get the defuse for the 3-1 lead.
I gotta say, Melk, as much as you troll, bro, that was such a great entry to the trailer site. You get the trophy down. You already know your opponent's expecting it. And guess what, Heady? They choose to hold up. They do not hold up in a corner. They're holding the Heady because they know you're coming from that angle. He cleaned that trailer out so good with that ugly buy 15 with the holographic. My guy is here for the memes. He is here for the trolls. He's here to see you next round. That is going to be 2 down for the price of 1 Greek's going to be traded. It's Dinicio, Apollo, and HBC now to collect the pieces. One thing about this Vendetta squad, and it's not very good practice for AxiByte either because it's unorthodox plays, it's rather slow reactions. They take so long to get this bomb plant down. When they get that clear advantage, they could have had the trailer site down and bomb planted way before they actually got it done. Nade shot's going to come through. Denicio's going to get a hit marker. Zeke's going to get the bomb planted. Apollo and Dinicio looking to complete the 2v3. They've got Ryu left standing in Noir now as Apollo does find one. Noir going to find one as well. Did he pick up? No, this is his own PY. Oh, okay. I was like, no way you just missed that at one point blank, but he gets the redemption shot, so. There we go, 3 for 2.
Enemy has dropped the bomb. Bomb spotted.
All right, well, definitely looking pretty decent right now to the side of Vendetta. They've been able to find a couple of solid rounds. We've got Noir on 4, Greek on 5, and you've also got Ryu, who had a pretty slow hardpoint up on 5 as well. So they're competing. I mean, Vendetta are definitely at least making AxiByte earn this victory. And, well, Lydia peeks the corner there and almost gets a haircut by aimbot. But it's going to be Greek and Noir each come through with a first blood. Ryu finds one. Aimbot takes down Apollo. Now Lydia left alone in the 1v5. Looking like this could be a tied-up game here as we get ready to switch sides verdict.
Yeah, it's possible. Right now, I think you got to bank on Lydia for the clutch factor. It's 1v5, but the bomb's going down. This is actually some good movement and forcing a hand, and sure enough, the drop down from the top side of wood, Lydia doesn't see it coming. We are all tied up 3 for 3. Flip sides. Maybe a little bit of momentum rolling in, favor of Vendetta. And I said they were going to pick up 2 to 3, and sure enough, they've already done that in the first 6 rounds. Certainly capable of picking up 2 or 3 more with the way that AxiByte are playing. Right now, it's primarily been a Denisio show off the rip, but he's kind of slowed down since. Aimbot might be able to get him through the wall, and he is. First blood, Denisio dropped, and now it's a little bit of uncertainty. You started off hot, you look pretty fire, but you might be getting a little too big for your britches. I think the plays are egotistical. The rotations over to these sites have not been very fair here. For AxiByte, I mean, if anything, you should be just practicing the basics right. You should just be handling business, and that's not what we're seeing, and that's a problem.
All right, well, AxiByte kind of getting tore up these past couple rounds. It's now looking definitely doable for the side of Vendetta to possibly take a lead here. You've got Noir pushing on up. Lydia at the bomb here. Noir coming in from behind. Could be looking for it, but gets taken down. The buy 15, not going to do it. Lydia gets the turn. And what was looking very, very doable for the side of Vendetta maybe falls down to a bad weapon choice there.
Yeah, lack of awareness. I saw Noir clear trailer before they made the long wrap. If you're going to make that long wrap, pick up something that has a little bit more range. Pick up that KSP that someone dropped. I think he tried to exiting the trailer site to make that rotation. It was a good read. It was a great read. Don't get me wrong, but I was spectating it from Lydia's perspective. I heard that shotgun coming from a mile away. Sure enough, every bullet did not hit. Nothing hit in the spread. Right now, 2 players have dropped. It's Melk. It's Apollo out. Bomb's been planted. Now it's a 3v5. This is a doable situation for... I can't spectate Noir anymore. He's fidgeting. Waiting for... he's been sitting here doing the same fidget strafe. And I guess he's just waiting for the confidence to come through. And sure enough, aimbot gets the clear. That's 1 down. 2 more to deal with. HBC and Lydia. They find 2 in the return. With 12 seconds left, they are slow to make this break.
Slow to make the break is an understatement, but AxiByte gonna fall as aimbot comes through and cleans thing up for that final kill. It's him and Greek who... Why do we have multiple buy 15s on the side of Vendetta right now? Please tell me one of these is picked up, right?
They were picked up.
Greek is sniping. Okay, yeah, Greek is sniping.
It had to have been Melk's.
I mean, I still don't know why Melk is using it. I think it's just honestly to rub it in at this point.
Have you watched Melk this entire game?
Melk is literally swatting at his own team with Cali sticks, HBC, shooting the FHJ at his own team. I mean, AxiByte are, at minimum, I would say not taking them seriously.
No, they're clearly playing the best of their ability.
Yo, hold on. Melk going into sweat mode, got the R9 out? Okay, maybe not. Maybe
top tier. Hey, chat. This is what peak comp performance looks like, and I don't care what anybody else tells you. Aimbot though, man, some shots, some crispy ones. I haven't seen very few. I saw him take down Denisio earlier. Of course, he has Denisio's number this round again. He's surpassed him in kills. Bomb's going to be dropped and picked up by Lydia. I think Lydia's putting best foot forward. I don't think Melk and HBC quite are. I think they're trolling at the beginning, but Melk makes the noble sacrifice, gets the trade. The bait is approved, and now the squad's rallying out for an A-long push. HBC's going to lead the pack. And right now, Noir might have spotted them. He does. The info's there. He's going to be the first one there, but guess what? He's got a buy 15 day, and I don't think he's got that sniper build that Hitman loves to use.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm kind of shocked that we're seeing as much shotgun gameplay, especially off-meta shotgun gameplay as we have in this game. If anybody was going to be, not taking this seriously, I would certainly think, Axe might have a little bit of justification of that with who they're facing against. Vendetta, I don't know why you have one of your players legitimately running a buy 15. It just does not feel
He's
like
got
the
7.
right play.
Yeah, he's got 7 kills. He's got 7 kills. He's got a 1v2 clutch, too.
Lost that round, but it's not
AxiByte are trolling.
ready up.
Okay.
If AxiByte were taking this seriously, I don't think there's a reality Nor has 7 with a buy 15 with the way he's playing.
Dude's a god. Come on now. Stop hating.
Stop hating. Did you see how we watched him get turned on the bomb by Lydia?
Well, look,
I saw that shotgun coming a mile away.
I heard it coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
I literally, look, I think the rap was great. I think the gameplay could have been better if he had picked up a secondary as a primary. You know, in this case, anything that shoots, not shotgun bullets.
Anything that's not a buy 15, is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yeah, but I think he's overall done a great job with the BY. He's not washed with it. He's not bad with it.
Okay. That's fair at least.
Greek is a freak throw. Look at this. He's sitting on 14 right now, Day.
Yep, sitting on 14 with 20 seconds left to try to clutch this round up for the team. Walks over into the doorway. Denisio says, hey, see you later. Takes him down, ties things up 5-5. And AxiByte, you know, I feel like they've trolled a fair bit this game. And, well, with the way that we've actually had Vendetta playing their Search and Destroy actually looking fairly reasonable, I gotta say, hopefully for AxiByte's sake, they didn't sleep on their opponents too long, because right now it's looking like there's a real possibility Vendetta could possibly steal this away from them. We'll have to keep looking out as things go on. Obviously mentioned Greek all the way up at 14. Not only leading the team in kills, but leading the lobby. It's +4 over both Lydia and HBC, but HBC does come through with one here. Noir is going to get the frag on the Milk, though, so
Yeah.
wins another one of those gunfights with the buy 15. I don't get this angle to challenge. I don't get it.
Oh! Noir! You nasty. Okay, best comment of the day in chat goes to this guy who says, who uses a non-slug BY-15? Are you high? On life, my friend, on life. I think Noir is cracked with the shotty. I don't think you can tell me otherwise. He's already taken down Milk a few times. He is sitting on 9 kills. And the game is tied. Clearly, Vendetta are the better Search and Destroy team. AxiByte are complete trash. And they are heading into stage 4 where they are going to get just absolutely wrecked.
The bomb has been planted.
All right, well, definitely a rough game
Spicy
for
take.
AxiByte, to say the least. Definitely a spicy take as well. And now rotating on over. Again, the angle that we're challenging here with the buy 15, I'm just not in love with it. I think we've capitalized on some bad position, and that's great. That's something that Vendetta needed to do. And now Apollo finds one on aimbot, but it's Ziege. Pops the corner, finds one. HBC here for the refrag. Now the round does come through for the side of AxiByte, but I'm starting to wonder if I feel like AxiByte truly deserve the Search and Destroy win.
I think
here,
the
though.
real question
they're
is...
making a lot of mistakes.
Look, I think the real question is, chat, do we want to see a Game 3 here? Day, do you want to cast a Game 3 with this matchup? No, handle business. AxiByte first 2 bloods.
Yeah.
Down and out. No.
You know what to say to that.
Yeah, you can't. There's not a thing that you want to say. I think AxiByte has done a fun job so far, but business needs to be handled. And Lydia, go ahead, gets the bomb plant down. 40 seconds on the clock. 3v4 retake here. Noir with the top dog in the lobby. The BY-15 non-slug looking to make an impact, and Lydia has literally wrapped all the way to spawn. Greek reads it like a book. We've got it even 3v3 here with 22 seconds left.
All right, well, time is dwindling away from the side of Vendetta, looking like it might finally be AxiByte ready to close things out. HBC finds one. Denisio finds the next. HBC follows it up with the 2-piece. And finally, we get our act together for the side of AxiByte to close things out in 7-5 fashion. That game was much, much, much longer than it ever needed to be. But you know what? At least we saw some life out of Vendetta. At least they made that Search and Destroy look competitive, right?
I take everything back I said about Noir shotgun usage. After watching that, I don't know what kind of shots those were, buddy. But Denisio should have been dead 10 times over at the end of that matchup. I don't know if you got to see it from that perspective. You got to watch the stream. It was... I am a full chat. I am clearly high, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. I need to be removed from this broadcast channel. I don't think it's possible I can continue on after seeing that one. Noir, buddy, you had a good run, but it's unfortunate. 7-5 win. AxiByte 15 kills on board for HBC. Lydia with 11, Denicio with 10, and someone who's probably going to have a better outlook on this matchup is going to be someone who hasn't talked in a while, and that's who we're going to bring to the desk now as we head back to the host with the most. That is right. Give us some kind words of encouragement to kind of redirect ourselves and get us prepared for this next series that is Stage 4 Caliber.
Well, this game was okay. I did enjoy watching AxiByte. I did enjoy watching Lydia. She's doing amazing and she did a great job. We did see AxiByte coming in with a good performance in the hardpoint game. 2 Goliaths, rotations on point, and they had everything under control. Coming into the SND, I was expecting a 7-2, but we did saw a little bit of life from the side of Vendetta. We did saw Greek having good sniper shots. I think he was the MVP on that side. We saw Noir. I saw the last shot, but we don't talk about it. Overall, it was an interesting game. Obviously, as you guys saw, AxiByte was kind of trolling. Okay, I did enjoy watching it, no cap. But coming in, we are ready to go towards the 4th game of tonight, and sadly it's gonna be the last one, right? And I'm gonna miss you for 2 weeks, but we are ready for the last matchup of tonight, and it's gonna be Prometheus versus Cold. I'm actually very excited for this game because I do like how Cold plays, and I did like how Prometheus performed last time. But in the meantime, we're gonna take a short break, and we're gonna hear a word from our sponsor, and you can guys check treasure box. Maybe you got the chance to win. Be right back.
Welcome to New Vision City, a city built upon innovation. You and Atlas, building the promise of tomorrow. Target を捕捉。位置を確認した。行くわよ。
Hi guys and welcome back. We are here for the last game of tonight. It's gonna be Prometheus versus Cold, and we talked about this being one of the highlights of the game, highlights of tonight. Okay, between these 4 matchups that we had, actually 3. And I am on the same page as Verdict and Day because I'm very excited to see both teams perform tonight. It's gonna be Prometheus versus Cold. Both of the teams did absolutely good job in the past couple of broadcasts and couple of weeks. So I'm very curious to see how they're gonna perform against each other. Verdict, any predictions?
I don't know if I want to touch this one. I think this one needs to be played out and have its respect where it's due. This is a stage 4 caliber matchup. I think both teams have shown signs that they have improved drastically, made necessary roster adjustments, and performed when they needed to. Yeah, Prometheus had a terrible start to the season. Does that make them a bad team? Hell no.
Yes.
We had a very similar scenario with that FN 420 last season, and they could have very easily had a second place bid. I think they were one of the most discounted teams because they continuously shot themselves in the foot, and it's unfortunate that they couldn't put a roster together to start it off with. Cold, on the other hand, they basically got the exact opposite scenario. They get gifted a spot in stage 4. They have focused so much on improving and have put everything on the table here in Mobile Mayhem, and I applaud them for that. This matchup, though, it's stage 4 preview for a reason, and I don't know if I can make a pick today.
How about you, Day? We thrown someone under the bus?
Well,
I'm ready!
Yeah, I'm ready. All right, so for the last matchup here, we've got Prometheus versus Golden. You know, looking at the matchup, it is, I agree with Verdict. It's very hard to pick here. I think Cold have certainly been looking pretty hot the past couple weeks, but you know what? Prometheus have as well. They started off this season maybe looking a little bit sloppier than we would have liked. Obviously, they had a great running when it came to stage 3. They faced some big problems when it came to roster changes, though, and the beginning of the season was very sloppy. They struggled for a while and have finally started to get things back together. So as far as consistency's sake goes, I think I gotta lean on the side of Cold. But again, with Prometheus having been once again on the rise, I definitely think that there's an opportunity that Prometheus could possibly come through with a victory here.
Sure thing. I'm actually excited to see because I did enjoy watching Cold playing, and at some point I said that they are very good, and I do want to see them more, right? And I did really love the performance that Prometheus had last time, right? I do remember actually Bricksta was frying, so I hope I'm gonna see the same game like that. Oh come on, she's we all know you're trolling, but teams are in the room, players are ready, so I'm gonna go over the maps very fast. We're gonna have the first game is gonna be a hardpoint on raid, followed by an SND on takeoff, and if you're gonna get the third game, it's gonna be a control on firing range. We do have Purifier and Annihilator bans, and also Slumps and Hacienda.
Alrighty, well, we've got a pretty balanced matchup. The Purifier Annihilator off the table, Slums and Hacienda ban. Day, you know what that means. We're back at it. Ready to get this stage 4 preview underhand. Taking a look at the player cards, which we are not going to be able to go through because we've already started the matchup. But we will briefly run through them before the start of this next game. So, Raid, Hollywood Hills, Hardpoint. It's got to start here for Prometheus. I think this is a map that they should, you know, if they want to close this one out 2-0, they've got to start it off here. Obviously, the Search and Destroy performances from Prometheus have been pretty flawless recently. And Cold, I'm going to be honest with you, going up against elite teams have not put the best numbers up.
Yeah, that is definitely true. But you know what? We're getting into the game here. We've got a little bit of an early break here on for the side of Cold before Zed shuts down that. Rondo immediately comes through with the refrag. Nobody quite able to make it in with a hold yet, but it is looking like that could possibly be getting ready to change. Prometheus are coming through. They get themselves in onto the hill, and now this is a difficult battle to try to retake on the side of Cold. P1, you've got a lot of head glitch opportunity. You've got some good vision spots over in Laundry as well as Red to help you cover from mid, and that's a big advantage. This is one of the P1s that is actually one of the stronger opportunities as far as P1 hardpoints go. And, well, you can see a pretty big push from the side at Prometheus to get 29 points to 2 on the board there. That, he was lurking around in that purple Lamborghini outside of the laundry room there. Ends up picking up 3. So we're going to be on a slight combo here, working on a Hunter Killer as well. And I'm kind of confused on why Vat's playing so passive without sitting back, anchoring spawns. And you know what? It's going to be Zed picking him up with the Hunter Killer as part of his 4-piece.
Yep. Right now, Cole's looking lifeless here on this P1, P2 connection. They opt to set up early for this kitchen side rotation, and it's got it blown up in their face. That's quite all right. With 35 seconds left, they get the break, and it looks like it might stick. 2 pushes through mid. It's going to be Zed. It's going to be Greasy, and Greasy trying to get Gracie as hell. Shot's not going to be crisp, though, and he's going to be shut down. Kitchen site, locked down for now. 20 seconds left. There's plenty of time to get back in it as we are getting geared up for a big P3 rotation. Sav, the Snowflake himself, has got a few streaks, and I don't know. Is that a swarm? Is my guy using a swarm? Bro, come on, Sav! I was just applauding you. You're on a 5 streak, and you got a freaking swarm? P3 rotation, however, the break is going to be there. Cold looking like a completely different team, and just as soon as I say that, in cold blood, it's only going to be that left on the objective.
All right, well, one thing I do want to make note of that we don't see a lot of is Mare is actually coming through rocking the Tempest. And I think this is a smart play. I think the Tempest is something when you're up against a strong team, someone you know has the potential to pop off, someone that has the potential to beam. I think having that in your back pocket is going to be important, especially with the removal of the cluster strike and the drone. You're going to have a lot more players running Goliath, so this is going to be a big tool that you can use to shut down those Goliath plays. And speaking of Goliaths, that is on a Pred and a Goliath right now, so you know, again, Mare could potentially be in a great position to pop that operator, maybe pick up a couple kills, but hopefully at least completely disable this Goliath that Vat could be bringing to the table. And Vat been popping off. 15 kills on board for Vat to lead the lobby right now.
Yeah, I'm just so proud that Gracie was able to successfully shoot all 3 grab vortex shots without griefing himself. Patrolled on the objective. It is going to be locked down here in P4. It's a close one. Nev now trying to operate the Sparrow is going to be able to get a few shots in, but not a lot of value out of it. They're trying to hold off the rotation, and guess what? They're already courtside, bro. You need to focus that energy there, and Jim and Sav, that also coming through. As they clear the court out, now they're looking the ball. They're looking to get the points right back in their pocket. It's certainly an uphill battle they've had since that P3 rotation, and the fact that they were able to get the break in there and the P2 has certainly shown signs of life that they are capable of making the breaks and making the holds. Right now, we're P5 bound. It's a close one day. Let's go ahead and get geared up for it. We're going to go ahead and hop into the voice comms of Cole and see what the thoughts and the processes are like in this very moment.
Go for ring again, bro. Go for ring. Go for ring.
One ring.
Ultra
One
attacking,
shot
440.
point. Jim the Peter.
Top formation, we're going false 9. We're going false 9.
Okay. 442, guys. 442.
Abs, go center forward, bro.
I'm watching kitchen. One kitchen dead. One mid-stairs probably. Coming 3, 2, 1. Dead.
One spinner.
One pillars. I'm watching.
Park the bus, man. Park the bus. Ultra
Park it. One Zeke probably. Zeke.
Pillars.
I'm watching Zeke. I'm watch kitchen.
Hit the right wing, Sav. Hit the right wing, bro. You gotta go new.
I think right back is on mid-stairs. Right back.
There's one shot, new, top laundry, one shot.
Fuck him, you. We break it.
No, we gotta go new stuff. Come with me.
Go. I'm going driver.
I'm going on the flank, bro. I'm going on the
Come,
flank.
Sav, come,
Hitting the
come,
left
Okay, I'm
wing.
waiting for you. I'm waiting.
Bro, one off pad. Let me bait you.
One on me. Dead.
Let me bait you.
One more. Move asset.
I baited you.
Bro, I can't kill him. So good.
Shit. Push him.
One's
Hey,
I'll
kitchen.
bait you for-
I've just
One's
created the
kitchen.
chat. We don't.
All right, P5 done, P1 open for business. The reset comes through and a 20-point advantage so far for the team of Cold. Right now, they are going to be able to get the break. It is going to be Nev there, but luckily enough for the squad of Prometheus are trying to get back in it themselves. The retake's on point. Sav, though, is on a mission, and it's not just the DQ, it is to flex. He's going to have 3 in the feed. He's looking for more. It's 24 on board day. Sell, or, you know, maybe they knew that they were going to win this one and they just wanted us to have extended time to Cassidy and maybe a game 3 bound.
That could be. Sav could be totally watching out for your watch hours. That is a real possibility. I think one of my favorite parts of that listening was, bro, let me bait you. I'm close to a pred, let me bait you. And then it was silent for a second, and then there was a little chuckle. And all I heard was, ha, I baited you instead. I was like, what the hell's going on here?
That's funny.
But you
That
know
is
what?
funny.
The Goliath coming in for that, and we do have that Tempest available for Mari. So I'm going to be spectating Mari here, trying to look and see if we get that Tempest call. The Goliath, honestly, at this point is almost destroyed. So hard to say. Tempest comes through. Sparrow use does come through with the, I believe that was a 3-piece. But didn't really get the full effect we were hoping to see out of the Tempest.
Yeah, right now taking a look at it. Kill leaders in the lobby. Saf, the #1 thrower himself, 28 and 15, 24 and 14 for Vat. And a hell of a bounce back and a hell of a game. We've seen tops and turns, ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. Who's going to come out on top so far? 20 seconds left to play for here in the kitchen site. It does look like Patron is trying to at least contest for the time being. Gonna bite it for a little bit more than you can chew. And Rondo, he's gonna be able to remain in the objective. And the spawns for P3 are locked down here for it. Cold. Prometheus trying to wait for the squad to make this rotation through. Finally get the grief of the player making the rotation in. And nonetheless, P3 is opening up here in a moment. And Cold, they're all over it.
All right, well, very close game between these two teams. Only 20 points separating them right now. And you can see Prometheus, they're making the rotation over. They're obviously already in on the garage, and this is, typically speaking, Verdict, going to be your #1 money hill for this point. And speaking of money, Zed has worked up to a Goliath of his own. Obviously, the last one we saw, the one coming through for Vat, did not necessarily get the effect that we would hope to see out of a Goliath. I'll have to see if this one does get used any better. Fortunately, we didn't see 3 Goliath yoinks today, so we're at least heading in the right direction. But, man, this is actually turning out to be a great hardpoint, honestly.
It is. And you can see Brixa, she's trying to get the anchor for the P4 sites, but as the lone wolf, you've got to play your life there. I know the ego shell is strong in this one, but on a P4 rotation that can continue to allow your team to have an advantage, that was a drop ball. Nonetheless, Mari tried to get the spawns anchor. Sav, though, 31 on board is a reason the man's a snowflake. If it's not him throwing in the swarm loadout option, it is certainly him just picking up 31 and 20 already on this board. So, Brixa trying to contest up top. The Goliath is going to get dropped, and Zed, as much as I am a fan of you getting this Goliath, I am equally as upset as how it was used.
Goliaths have not been Europe's strong suit. If you want me to be honest with you, that is...
I bet you they are betting their bottom dollar that Goliaths get banned. I think that's the next step for chance rules. I know we've seen Cluster already. We've seen the, thank God, the drone. But I think the Goliath...
I think if you ban Goliaths, I mean, at that point you just say no launchers, right?
I think we should just use Preds and Cluster... Oh, not Clusters, but you can't use Lightning Strikes either, can you? So Pred and Hunter Killer? Maybe just Pred. Good old-fashioned COD style.
You can use Cluster in good old-fashioned COD style, though, right?
No, it's a strafe in Vanguard.
in Vanguard, but I'm talking about in
Yeah.
years prior. It was Cluster
Yeah.
in Pred, right?
Yeah, it was. But I also think the cluster you can only use. You couldn't use it and cancel it. You had to use it once you picked it up or once you selected it, unless you die. I think that was a recent.
Understandable. All right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, that's fair. That's certainly fair. So, it's definitely hard to say. I mean, I think I actually made the comment maybe a couple seasons back that it was. I think it was the lightning strike at the time. We were like, man, it kind of with UAVs banned, using that as a UAV.
It's so ratty.
Kind of a gray, ratty area. And I think you had mentioned it to me then. You're like, well, they technically were able to do that in our regular COD, and you were right at the time. We've obviously moved on from that now with some different streaks we've seen in COD Mobile. The rules have gotten changed pretty substantially this year. I would go as far as to say for the better. Like, let's be real here. 250 hardpoint is a big dub in the scene, and for games like this, early on, this one would have been over with a not a real chance for a comeback, right? And we get down to the end here. This is an 8-point difference game all the way down to the wire. 250 to 242. The win did come through for the side of Cold, but obviously we had the elephant in the room, right? Sav with a banned score streak on his loadout. That is likely, or I think actually confirmed with the admins already. That is going to be a round 1 or map 1 DQ for the side of Cold, and that's going to be Prometheus picking up the win.
Well, I was about to say, Jim came through with a spoiler alert, but I think the real spoiler is the fact that you came in to spoil and you got spoiled.
You didn't know?
Yeah. We didn't mean to tell you this way, but I'm sorry that you're having to hear it right now. I'm sure in 60 seconds when the late catches up, you're going to know that it was a well-fought battle. Hardpoint was a great rotation. Everything was good, except for the fact that Sav had a swarm attached, and that's an L. Very unfortunate. Sav did go 38 and 27, minute 9 on the clock. That going to be your MVP, though, with a 35 and 24, but the real MVP was the swarm. 36 and 31 for Rondo, a minute 36. My guy was frying at the end. All those efforts, they're going to be unnoticed. On the flip side of things, you've got a sea of negativity with the exception of Mari, who picks up 57 seconds on the hill with a 35-28. Things have got to turn around here for this Search or Destroy performance. Prometheus have looked so good today. And as a matter of fact, we got to take a look at the player cards before we jump into this next one. Bricksta didn't necessarily have that picture-perfect performance that we saw on Tuesday, right, Dave?
It's a different team. Like that's all you can really say about it. That's why we were joking around with the broadcast earlier that, Bricksta had a really nice player card for today, but we were expecting Nova to maybe come through and set some new records, and then Nova forfeited. So I think actually both teams technically forfeited, if I remember correctly. I think both teams had 2 players show up by the time the
resulted in a DQ and not a
time
forfeit.
started. I think it resulted in just the match being canceled, didn't it?
Yeah, it's a DQ basically. It's offset, and not
Yes.
no, not the rapper, chat. Calm down.
All right.
Offset. Take a look at the player stats here for Jim. He certainly earned his marks for Tuesday's performance. A minute or a 109 in the hard point for KD, a minute and 49 on the objective, plus 1.4 for the search, and then a 0.87 for the control that they actually lost. So stats on point. I think Sav, though, is going to have the best statistical card for the next appearance in this one, because we gave the honors to Viri earlier, and I think it's only right that we do the same thing for Sav. He threw with the swarm, and I think he, overall,
to be fair,
swarm,
we gave it to Viri. We gave it to Viri, and I almost gave it to Faints. Well, I almost gave it to Faints, if you want me to be honest. Faints came through and just absolutely wrecked in that hard point. Had a way better KD than Viri did come that hard point. But Very with his 4.67 KD in the hard point, in the search and destroy.
Yeah.
I think he dropped 14 and 3. Is the reason that team got to that game 3, because I mean it was very at 14. I think the next closest on the team was like 7 kills or something. I mean it was a substantial drop off. So we had to give Very the credit there. And then when it came down to the control, the difference was Very was a little bit closer to neutral than Feints was. So I really wanted to just take Very out because of the DQ. I was like, he DQ'd the team. He doesn't deserve this. But the search and destroy performance at least made up enough for it that I went ahead and was like, yeah, we'll do it.
All right, well, we'll do it. As we're getting geared up for our second game of this best of 3. Could be our last one. It's a search and destroy. We'll see how Prometheus plays their cards as we're heading over to stadium site for the takeoff. Search and destroy. Predictions-wise, based off of how well Cole played that one, definitely got to consider the fact that they did get DQ, but that's not going to hold them back. I think right now is probably peak form for them as far as competitive play goes. And with Sabs rocking and rolling, he is a hard man to stop. So we'll see if he can contribute to the cause here without any kind of disruptions. First initial push here is we get a little bit of stadium control. Rondo is going to get dropped, but it is going to be Nev on the return. Brixa and Gracie find 2 of their own. It's a 3 for 2. And Jim and Vat are left their own.
All right, well, quick and hot start for the side of Prometheus. Obviously, we could be looking at a 2-0 victory if they're able to win the search, but search is where Cold have really had their best performances. So, going to be on board with Jim. Once again, not using the advanced artillery, so maybe just finding some extra comfort elsewhere. Gets a sightline on Brixa there, but can't quite find the shot to land, and now tossing a smoke, maybe looking to make a rotation. You've also got Vat pushing up, takes down Brixa, but Mare right here for the refrag, and now it's Jim. He's in a 1v1. 0 kills on board for Jim. You've got 1 for Mare. Bomb is down in the mid building. I don't know if Mare knows that it's safe, but Jim has made a rotation over towards mid, his own. Both players pretty much getting ready to collapse on each other, and in that range, the KSP gonna reign supreme. And first round victory comes through for Prometheus.
Yeah, great attacking strat, great attacking round. The patience paid off perfectly, and nothing wrong with bumping elbows with the competition. Literally bump in the middle of the map. That's the least amount of anticipated interaction I think I would have ever expected. Of course, both of them, the timing just not very well. Fortunately enough for Mari, he's going to be able to win the gunny, and that is going to give them the advantage. Right now, there's not an advantage. The payoff round is going to be Cold, paying them back in full. Brixa, last player alive. 1! Lines it up for the second. Multiples pushing. That finally takes her down, but boy, did she go out swinging. Well, shooting. That was swinging the Karambit. You get the picture.
Well done.
All right, well, a couple clean shots come through for Brixa, but it's not enough, and we're now all tied up. And like we said, Cold, this is their playground. This is where they have excelled, is in the search and destroy, and especially when it comes to slums. Cold is nasty when it comes to slums, but you know who else is nasty? Nev pops the corner, Deagle in hand, finds a 2-piece. 5 on board for him. Also Vat on a 5 as well, and now Brixa once again left alone. This time around, it's a 1 versus 3. And I don't know if I care for this new camo.
Which one?
The one that Jim and Brixa are using.
Bomb spotted.
You mean the skin or the camo?
Camo.
Destroy the objective.
You mean is it the red action? Oh, I don't know which.
Okay, Jim's not using it anymore.
Was it the red action DLQ?
No.
Oh.
No, look at Brixa's toxic or dark glow.
Oh, I love
DLQ.
that.
It's supposed to be green. I don't like the blue camo that's on top of it.
Oh, I like it. I think it's very creative. Yeah, I think that's a dub. That's a dub. Easy
I don't know
one.
If I like it.
I liked it. I like it over the top of the green. I think it looks great. It's a great blend.
Oh, I just meant the camo itself.
Oh.
Like compared to like the red Sprite.
Yeah. I think it looks good. I mean, definitely not as nice as the red sprite or the other blue one. Dark glow looks good as it is, but with that, it certainly looks a little better. I like the combination of colors. The cues are perfect, and kind of threw me for a loop right there. Nev is 7 deep right now. Nev is just on a deagle only challenge right now. He's on the I wish he would pull a, not a crossbow. What was it that they had for the Deadpool challenge? The deagle and...
Oh, the deagle and the Kadochi katanas.
Oh, yeah. That would have been dope, but unfortunately you can't pair up two secondaries.
Yo, honestly, creating a class in Ghosts, the best create a class we've ever had in COD, period.
Yeah? I didn't play Ghosts, so...
I did because I could make a whole class with a 5/7 only and then perks. It was awesome. It was fantastic.
Oh,
but,
Rondo's gonna get the
here nor
right
there.
Here.
Yeah, that was about as free of a kill as you could have got for a 1v1. He heard the bomb plant coming through. He was already rotating over towards the bomb, kind of creeping around. Not quite crouching, but, keeping it in that dead silence, effective speed range, and, well, picks up a free one on the bomb plant.
All right, well, there it goes. Free one for Rondo. 3 in a row there for Cold. The defense looks impenetrable. 3 rounds solid. Right now, they're getting a little aggressive. Look at this. They have stadium compromise. Nev's up top doing his thing. The Deagle and Sav. They're going to combine for 3, and that is going to be Mari and Zed. Just making Mari because Jim's on the Deagle grind as well. And a 1v4. Minute and 25 on the clock. This one was over before it even started. Right now, we're getting a little drug out because Mari has found the will to live now. Can you reel it back in? 1v4 style. Everyone is congregated in the middle of the map. Koshka gets 1, but he missed the first shot and pays the price. 4-1. Last round on the defense for the side of Prometheus. And Dave, based off what we're seeing so far, we might be heading over to some control.
Destroy the objective.
Definitely looking possible, like we said. The strategy that Cold bring to the table, their rotations, their teamwork when it comes to search and destroy, has been pretty on par with some of the top teams in Europe, in my opinion. So, got to give them that credit. So far, this round is a 2-for-1 trade, making a 3-for-1. But Vat finally able to come through with the refrag on Mari. But with Jim dropping, it's now Vat left alone in a 1v3 against Brixta, the one and only Greasy Gracie, and Patron, who I believe has been having some connection issues today. I think in between the games we saw him pop in and say that his Wi-Fi disconnected like 20 times during the first game.
All right, well, connections problems or not, players are responsible for their own connections. Right now, it is Vat who's responsible for the double. But Brixta from downtown, the top shot. Connects. That closes the gap. Instead of it being a 5-1, it's looking like a doable situation for Prometheus on the defense. A little bit of uncertainty now for Cold. I mean, we were banking on a Game 3 for this series. This is a Stage 4 preview. So far, it's delivered. The DQ, of course, I mean, it wouldn't be without a little DQ. And I think if we had, like, anything close to a CDL key to victory, every player card or every team card that would show would have don't DQ in it for any of the EU teams. Right now, Brixta, the nasty 2-piece, going to be able to find a little bit of action, but Sav quickly there to get 2 more in return. He's looking for 3. The 2's pushed. The backside is breached. It's Patron. He doesn't care about his connection. He's got 5, and he's going to be able to make it just 1 player to deal with. That's Rondo. We'll see if he can clutch it up for the squad of Cold. Patron drops, and now it's all on Mari.
Well, it's all on Mari, but it's also all on Rondo for his team. 6 kills deep for Rondo. And Mari's got 6 as well. So this one could certainly go either which direction. Oh, man, Mari didn't see him. Oh, and then turns away before he comes around the corner again. Now getting rotated on what should have been not once, but twice. A free kill for Mari, and the con timing just doesn't work out. That one goes over to Rondo, and now the 5-2 lead coming through for the side of Cold. Like you said, could be looking for that game 3 to come through. And honestly, maybe not the way we would have liked to see a game 3 for the final match of the normal season, but a game 3 between two solid teams nonetheless.
Oh yeah, that was a 2v5, well collected from Sav and Rondo. Obviously, Rondo got the God tier 1v1 clutch. The timing was impeccable. And we're going to get another 2v5 taste here as Jim and Nev look to keep the dream alive. Well, Jim's dropped. Deagle shots from Nev have been crisp, but bro couldn't hit the broadside of a barn from that range. Unfortunate. 5-3 now. As we're squared away into another round of Search and Destroy. Round number 9 indeed. 5-3 lead still in the hands of Cole, but on the attack, it has been hit or miss for a majority of the teams. This map is pretty defensive heavy. We'll see if they can find at least one more round before we see the complete defense takeover.
No more standing around.
Yeah, and because I see a lot of people talking about the DQs today in chat, I know it's kind of confusing with the fact that the Swarm was never used, guys, and well, we do have a round coming back maybe for the side of Prometheus here. That's not a rule that Mobile Mayhem put into play, guys. It being on the loadout as a DQ. That's something that COD Mobile specifically requested us to do to get players prepared for stage 4, and Vat with a big 2-piece.
My God, he
neutralizes it.
I don't know if you saw it from his perspective.
Yeah, he got the first one and immediately whipped around and beamed the face.
I don't need, gave dude a fade, an edge up, a lineup, all of the above. Brixton, though, the master of her craft, the shots impeccable. She's able to get the 2 lacking out in the open. And they're going to be able to collect around. That could have been another embarrassing one here for Prometheus, but Brixton putting the squad on her back there and gets those 2 to land. Demons dealt with 5-4. The gap still not completely bridged, but the payoff round looking pretty decent so far. Brixton continuing her grind. 10 on board. Mari's going to find one. Patrons drop. Vat and Sav. Last 2 alive. A 2v4. Can they make it happen, Day? We need to see overtime.
All right, well, definitely looking possible right now. It's a 3v2, Vat and Sav verse. Greasy Gracie pushes on up, finds one, but Sav here for the refrag, puts kill number 7 up on the board. But with Vat down, he has largely been leading this team. He's 12 kills deep. The rest of the team's not doing bad, right? You've got Nev on an 8 and 8. You've got Rondo on an 8 and 7. And you've got Sav right there with a 7 and 8. And even Jim at 5 and 8 right now is a single round away from, being positive. So you can't necessarily look at it and say the team has been doing bad, but we do have a much more even spread on the side of Prometheus. You've got 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s for the side of Prometheus. Everybody right within 1 kill of the next or so. And now we're all tied up 5-5. If one of these teams is able to find 2 in a row, they could close this one out. If it gets split, though, verdict, we could get that overtime that you were mentioning.
Yeah, we can. If you're banking on a game 3 in this instance, you are betting on Cole closing it out in 2 rounds or less. Jim, 1 round away from being positive. He got 2 that one, but has dropped Rondo there for the trade. Patron finally stepping it up. He's going to pick up his 9th and a 2-piece in the feed. 2v3 style. Vat got the God tier flick earlier, but does not win that gunny. Savvy boy. He might be a snowflake, but the shots are crisp from the top rope. Patron, the tracking, impeccable. Might have bought us that overtime and even a closeout in this next round. Hell of a clutch for Sav. Hell of a redemption. And at a hell of a time. Needed at least 1 to see that overtime. They could easily close this one out here in this round here, Dave.
I'm going to be honest, Sav, obviously not most kills in the game at all by any means. I mean, he's behind 4 players right now. But some of the gunfights that we've seen him win are absolutely huge for the side of Cold. And, coming into this round, it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. You've got Brixton and Zed down for Vat. Once again, that's a big player to knock off the board. Patron somehow misses those shots onto Sav, and now we've got a bomb plant coming through. Looks like it should pretty much be a free one. Nope, Patron gonna peek on up. KSP Gonna get that kill, and we're now looking at a 3 versus 3. That's gonna be bombed down, confirmed by the side of Prometheus. And now, Sav and Greasy Gracie basically right on top of each other, popping on up, but Mare gonna find one Nev here for the refrag. It's now a 2 versus 2. Patron getting gunned down by Rondo. This could be it. This could be game 3 confirm if we get it here. Gracie gets outgunned by Rondo. And the 7-5 victory comes through for Cold as they narrowly sweep things away from Prometheus.
Back-to-back attacking round success. 7-5 win for Cold. Should be a 2-0 though. You're sitting back in hindsight's always 2020. Guess what? We're here for it. Game 3 bound. We are. Hell of a surge performance from both teams. The Snowflake himself with the hell of the 1v2 clutch to reel it back in for that 6th round win. And then Rondo wins his ones to close it out. That, though, the story of this one. 13 kills on board. A freaking legend. I caught one, of his 2-piece kills. And I gotta say, completely tunnel vision on one player. Knows that there's someone else behind him because he gets a little tap on the back. He's like, hey, I'm right here, homie. The flicks are impeccable. 11 on board for Rondo. Sav with 9. Nev for 10. The flip side of things, we've got pretty stacked numbers too. 12, 11, and 10 apiece for Patron, Mari, and Brixta. I don't know if Patron's still lagging or not, but it did not look like it towards the end. Mari hitting some crisp shots as well as Brixta, and certainly not able to close this one out in 2. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. Our last series of the regular season before we get geared up for an amazing Stage 4 run for both of these teams. We're getting a little bit of insight of what that is going to be like ahead of time. And right now, it is looking pretty spicy. Pending, it's going to be best of 5 formats for Stage 4. I still think best of 3s are very doable here in Mobile Mayhem. Obviously, if Cold are practicing best of 5s, they got to throw in game 1. They need to find a way to close this control out and win it 3 games in a row, bar the DQ.
Did we just suggest that Cold threw game 1 on purpose so they could practice control?
Yes.
All right. Well, you know what? There's some possibility of that. I'm going to say it's pretty unlikely, but you know what? Either way, we're going to get that game 3. And
I'm trying to tell a story here, Day. All right.
So Sav can confirm, and this is from my mouth, no actual confirmation from Sav. But the swarm
we don't need
was
his approval.
intentional.
Yeah.
The swarm was intentional. He said, guys, let's get DQ'd for 2 reasons. And Jim was probably like, what the hell do you mean let's get DQ'd on purpose? And Sav was like, look, guys, we need that control practice, and Verdict desperately needs watch hours. So let's just throw the hard point. Prometheus is trash. We got this. And, maybe it'll work out. We've got our game 3 locked in now, and could be looking to have a 2-1 closeout if Cold are able to win the 3-peat.
All right. Can they complete the trifecta? Firing range, we are heading down south for a little bit of action here. Firing range. The attacking squad, Cold, they got to start off hot. On the flip side of things, the defense, it's got to be on point here for Prometheus. Stage 4 preview has granted us Game 3 vibes. And right now off the rip, you're going to see a 3-1-2 split, a 3-1-1 split. And Patron, the monster with Brixta, they're going to get 5 in the feed. And a reset completely in hands of Cold, as they are off to exactly what their name is, a cold start.
All right, well, cold start, but nonetheless, this is definitely a map that has opportunities to win on the offense, and that's something that Cold have to make a reality. We have to see an offensive round win out of them, whether it's now, whether it's in the 3rd round, or whether it's in the 5th round. Because the defense definitely has a little bit of an advantage. But either way, right now, it is not just an advantage. It is an 8-kill life lead in favor of the side of Prometheus. Now, that pushed that up, was looking for a kill, but Nev is going to lock it down instead. And with only 13 lives and 30 seconds on the clock, Cold, they've got to find a way to make a play.
Yeah, they do got to make a find a way to make a play. They got to find a way to get anywhere very quickly. 20 seconds now. Time's dwindling. Lives are to Nev tries the back door. Same approach. Different approach. Same results. Now they opt for a little bit of a rotation through. It is going to be the B side for the first time. Progress being collected. Full send it. Need the whole squad here. The time goes by quicker. Mari looking to play spoiler. Is going to be able to find one, but it's not enough. That and Sav, they're going to be able to keep the dream alive now. As you can see, player life count 5 on hand for the right side of the screen. The attack. They're falling to pieces. Day and 10 seconds left. Time is not on their side. Lives are not on their side. It is not looking doable in the first round. Is going to be ending there with that 1 life left. Jim, with a last-ditch effort. Doesn't matter. Greasy, that was such a waste of a Predator missile. Did he get a kill? Did he get the last kill? He burned that, so, I mean, that is... That's tough. Hello?
Hey, listen. It's because he's thirsty, you dummy.
Oh, yeah. Hello?
You know where that reference from?
No.
Really?
No, I'm an old man, Dave. My mind doesn't work as well as it used to.
That's the point! Smokey and the Bandit?
I didn't watch Smokey and the Bandit.
Enemy XS-1 Goliath incoming.
I know, we can't be friends anymore. That's okay. You know who can't be friends either? This Goliath usage. A little premature, but I kind of like it. We've seen Goliaths kind of flop in 2 games in a row. Well, 1 game in a row. I think we've seen, you know, Animus utilize them properly. And I got to give a shout out to Anna. You're absolutely right. Verdict needs watch hours because Animus finish games way too fast. You're absolutely right. Vat looking to try and neutralize this Goliath, but him single-handedly, not going to be the cut. 6 life advantage for the defense. Vat needs to do a good job of playing life and putting some damage on this Goliath, but right now the focus, it's all on A. There's only 1 player here in Vat, and I don't know how this is going to pan out, bro.
Alright, this is baloney. Ronan and Nims won't let me quit.
Oh.
Yo, right, Miss Merc? How has one not seen Smokey and the Bandit?
Not a fan. Not a huge Burt Reynolds fan. Never been like that Burt Reynolds guy, sorry.
Oh, man.
I didn't watch the original, what was that movie? Where they go to prison and they play football?
Gridiron Gang?
Yeah, Gridiron Gang. I never watched the original one. Didn't like the new one either.
We're running out of lives.
Spicy take. I was a football player. I know what was real and what wasn't real. Watching that game was just, it wasn't fun. I like Nelly's performance. That's about it, though. Adam Sandler's.
No, that wasn't Gridiron. That was Longest Yard.
Longest Yard. Yeah. You got. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Lost that round, but it's
too many old football movies.
I did like Friday Night Lights, though. The show, not the movie. The show was awesome.
All right, if you say so. I'm still disappointed. You make that I'm old claim. That was an old reference, Verdict. I feel betrayed. We're gonna sit down and watch that movie now.
All right, chat. Well, we'll have to catch it after this one. Right now, the action's hot. Firing range is literally a ball of fire, and the attack is fell on its face. Any rate, it's failed. And that was on the backs of a Goliath getting used for a B-side rotation that it single-handedly capped, and nothing sparked on the back end. Nothing.
All right, well, continuing through into this round. This time, it's not looking to be a blowout for the side of Prometheus. In fact, they're sitting down lives right now, and a big push from Sav and Rondo. Gonna be breaking on into the trailer. They've got Jim in here as well. 3 bodies on the board, and now you can see we've got Zed pushing on out, looking for anybody trying to make that B-side rotation. We got to push into trailer, but it's going to be dropped immediately. Jim finds 2 as well, possibly looking for that offensive round win that we were talking about coming through out of cold. They could be looking to close out this game 3 if they're able to pick this one up. It would put them in a power position over their opponents. Their opponents would be forced to win an offensive round of their own to get back in the advantage. And with a 6 life lead and a minute and a half left on the clock, definitely looking possible. Jim finds 2 with the Predator missile. Rondo takes down Mari, and now a 9-life lead. Make it 10-11. Cold filling up the feed right now. Surely this is a round win for them, right?
Yeah, it is. Sav wins a big gunfight on the back alley area. Clears Zed out, and there are nobody on that B flag. 1:06 left. 3 lives, make it 2. Patron wins 1. He's doubling back. They're looking to clear the progress, but you've got to stick to your guns. You got to win your 1s. You got to win your 2s, and the feed stacking up. It's 3 on board, but Patron through the cubby site. The forces only need 1, and Cold might have started this thing strong, but they need 1 more to close it out. They got plenty of time to do it. 40 seconds on the clock now. Things starting to slow down a little bit. Zed holding down the top side of 10. Big kills. We're 3-1. Nev through the trailer side is going to finally put the nail in the coffin. They needed 1 attack round win. They did it there. Can they close it out on the defense? This is getting intense day.
Well, I do believe we have permissions to listen in with Cold still, so I think this is a great idea to go ahead and jump in with Cold and hear how they're trying to close things out on their defensive round.
Text, I got grab vortex out.
Top wood got me, top wood
Still
got
one
me.
more, bro. Still one more.
Still top wood,
We're gonna
still
have to
top
park
wood.
the bus, boys. We're gonna have to park the bus, man.
I parked that shit,
Maybe.
bro.
Nice,
What are you saying? We got
Anyone got a few bananas for me, bro? I
Bro,
at the fucking banana market, bro. Fucking banana market.
Oh my god. One is mid, one is mid. I'll go for B.
Oh shit.
What?
Barrow.
Armory.
Bro, I'm late for my shift at the banana market, man. This is getting long.
Armory.
Feed.
Hey, bro, I can't even
One
see
tower,
you.
one tower.
110.
Yeah, 10 spawn trapping.
Wow, back spawn. Hey, long.
Right, ultra,
Bomb
I'm
team,
going
bomb team,
ultra
bomb
defensive,
team.
bro. We gotta park the bus, man.
Hey,
Hey,
long
pack
dead.
that shit, bro. Pack that shit. We're gonna lose all the lives, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, we got shitted on.
Right, it's the fucking
Sparrow.
B1 there.
Sparrow, I see
Oh,
Sparrow,
there's
bro.
one B, no, top tower skills.
Bro! He's mid.
Keep pushing mid.
No, how did we only get 9 kills this week?
One
What the
tower,
fuck are you guys doing, man?
Is there all fucking connection warriors, bro? That's why. Can't kill him.
Bro, I said
Can't die,
plug
bro.
the,
They're just
but you
gonna-
plug the
they're just gonna
Ethernet in, bro.
Nah, I've got 40 MS, bro. It's peak.
1P1.
Alright, well, right now it's coming down to a 3-13, make it 3-12. Only 2 lives needed to be taken here for Prometheus to extend this one to a round 5 and day. A very, very close attacking round ensues to a not even remotely close defending round. And we're heading to a round number 5.
Ready for the next round.
I gotta say, and I might get in trouble for this one, but that might be the most casual we got shitted on that I have ever heard.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
All right. I'm not worried about you allowing it. I'm worried about the people in charge allowing it. But you know what? Mare, through the smoke, gonna open up with 2. Yeah, Ronan's giving me faces in Discord already. So you know what?
He's a
Suck it,
bot.
Ronan.
Those are regular bot faces. What are you talking about?
Hunter killer drone deployed.
Oh my, Gracie? This must be his stomping grounds. Firing range must be his all-time favorite map because bro has literally popped off here. Sparrow, Goliath, you name it, we've got it. Predator missile already rocked. He got like 3 off of the last one he used. That gonna get the clearance, but gotta pay the toll, man. And Gracie is never satisfied. 35 on board, but the progress and the takes over at B. Nev trying to do the work solo. This might go unnoticed. This might be a drop ball. They're investing all of their eggs into one basket, and that's the trailer side approach. Mari now trying to put a halt to it, but he's going to get dropped. The concussion, late hit, Patrol, and going to be able to get the hit, and there it goes. The B progress is at a halt. Jim going to be griefed on the outskirts. They need one little bit of progress.
Why is the Goliath all the way up here? I'm so confused. What are we doing, Gracie?
Sold.
Oh my god. 38 kills on board. He's frying, but I don't know. I would like to see him just play back a little bit, anchor that inside, save your life, force your opponents to play into the Goliath. But you know what? At the same time, he's the pro. I'm not. Maybe he was Maybe he was trying to track the sparrow use or something, and they knew they were down multiple sparrows. We obviously didn't get an opportunity to listen in with Prometheus, so maybe that was the call. Maybe there were 3 sparrows that were popped, and he knew he was going to be a little bit safe. He pushed out. They do still have a player life advantage, so they've got opportunities, but it's only +1 currently. So we'll see what comes of that. Mare, Tempest in hand. Got 8 shots, but time is burning the way. Misses Sav.
And here comes Cole
from behind. Ooh.
Oh, he does. Sav! Ooh. Drop Mari! Griefing the hell out of Cold Zed! Going to finally bring the hammer down, and just like that, we've got a Game 3 down and out. Prometheus on the backs of a DQ in game number 1 to take the bag, and 15 points to go along with it. 3-2 win. Not a very convincing performance from either team. The control got a little intense at times. It came down to a few gunfights that were not won by Cold. Nonetheless, round number 5 prevails. Prometheus are going to be taking this series. And Day, kind of sad. That was where the regular season ends. But where, you know, one thing ends, another begins. We got playoffs to look forward to. That is a long ways away from now. Literally 19 days we've got to go without Mobile Mayhem. What are you going to do with all that free time? Quote-unquote free time.
I don't know. Maybe some personal streams. Maybe catch up on some work. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We won't be far. I do need to get ranked up in COD Mobile so I can grind with you on ranked.
True.
Honestly, slept the other day. That's the reality. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go lay down and play some COD Mobile. I think I got 1 game in, and then it was
passed out. Yeah, I figured as much. I took about an hour or two because I was like, hey, if Day's gonna play, he's gonna be possibly pro by this amount of time. And when I got on, I was like, yeah, this man passed out. So right now, I'll tell you who didn't pass out. That was Gracie. Gracie might have played that Goliath a little poorly towards the end, but guess what? Guns were on point for him. The shots were immaculate. 40 and 23 to go along with that. Just marvelous game for himself. Patrolling right there behind him with 27 kills. 28 for Bricks. On the flip side of things, you've got Sav. Even though he goes -6, he put up the most kills for this Cold roster. I'll tell you who puts in more work than us, and that's in COD Mobile and in the casting and host deck. That is going to be none other than Deanna. Deanna, we've got 1 season down. Did you enjoy it? Were you entertained? Did you have fun? We got more to come, though.
Yes, I did enjoy it. You guys made it such a nice experience, and I'm very, very happy and grateful to be with you here today because you guys are the best, you know? And I always say this because it's true. But we did have a very interesting game. I was leaning towards a win on the Cold side, but with the hardpoint and the DQ incoming, right? Then the SND was very enjoyable to watch. We did have Cold win, but the last game on Control, I was like at some point I don't know, it's gonna be Prometheus, it's gonna be Cold, but Prometheus coming in with the win, and it was very nice watching some of the players. I did enjoy watching Bricks, I did enjoy watching Greasy, and they overall did an awesome performance, and I'm really happy that we had a 3rd game tonight again, so yeah. And as I mentioned earlier, we will have like 2 weeks of break. I'm gonna miss you. I hope we're gonna play COD Mobile together, but in 30 August we're gonna have the playoff, right? And we have a bracket here ready. If they can go over it, is in the chat. Yes? No?
It's loading.
Okay. I was like, oh, did I say something? Huh? Sorry.
No, I was looking at the standings, trying to in my head figure out what was going on and if that match really made a difference to Cold. And the reality is it didn't. They would have needed to win 2-0, and AxiByte would have needed to lose one of their games for Cold to have bumped up. To have that opportunity to be in the number 3 spot, the number 3 and 6 are matched up, which as a result of today's games is going to be AxiByte versus Zidium. And then looking at the other quarterfinals matchup, that's going to be the number 4 and 5 spot in Cold. They have a much tougher path to success looking at the way the bracket lines up. They're going to be facing off against Light, The winner of each of those games will respectively move on to face off against Nova and Animus. Then obviously the winner from there will go on to the grand finals, and the losers from there will go on to the third place match.
Yeah. Also, I was just watching the stream. You don't have your face cam on.
Yeah, Day, turn your freaking cam on.
Oh, I put the thanks for watching Sinan when
Yes.
Nordic said that he didn't see Smokey and the Bandit. That's my fault.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see it either. I don't even know what is that, but yes.
I didn't. Well, so hold on. It's like an American classic movie, okay? And
Alright.
and Verdict and I are always the ones going back and forth on how old we are,
Yeah.
and like, I just so disappointed. So
It's a
very
part of the
disappointed.
American culture that I
it's
just never
fine.
got
Okay,
into.
okay. I'm EU,
We're
so
gonna snuggle and watch it later. It's fine.
Okay,
We'll
good.
we'll get it.
Will you make the
Okay.
popcorn again like you did last time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we
Can I
go.
watch it too? Like I feel like I need to be culturalized.
I don't know if you want to be like broken into America with. Is that an
Me and
appropriate
British.
movie with for the American scene? Like, is that like our go-to movie? Is that it? Smokey and the Bandit? Is that the one? Burt Reynolds is an
Probably not.
icon. I get it, but I'd never watched Smokey and the Bandit. But I mean, if that's what you want, Deanna, yes, you can join us.
Yes.
You're gonna have to be across the pond though, so we'll have to DM, FaceTime, whatever we got to do to to make that happen. And I know that's a part of today's society, and you'd be surprised at the amount of people that actually video call people to watch movies. That is just, it's wild. Today's technology crazy. Yeah, that's gonna do it for us this season. This was a hell of a one. We had some highs, we had some lows, we had some in-betweens, and I'm gonna be honest with you, without both of you guys and gals, well, both of you, the both of you, I don't think I would have made it through this one. This one was special.
It was after casting with Day, okay, the Mobile Mayhem girls, and coming into you and seeing so many DQs, so many forfeits, so many teams not showing, I was like, okay, this is something different, it's something new, and obviously we couldn't not end this day without having 2 DQs and 1 forfeit. As a clarification, we did had in one of the games, in Vendetta's hardpoint, we did had Ryu having cluster attached, so that was a DQ on that side, but it did not really matter because they lost the hardpoint. So yeah, but I did just forgot to say, I'm sorry. And then we did had a DQ earlier and also Nova forfeit, so it was quite an amazing day, I could say. As Verdict says, you cannot spell EU without a DQ, so yeah, overall it was interesting to watch it.
All right, well, that is going to wrap our stream up for the day. Catch us on some COD Mobile maybe later or tomorrow, but the journey for Mobile Mayhem for the time being is at a halt. We'll get back to the playoffs on the 30th of this month, and then we'll follow it up with a finals on the day that follows after that. Let me see what day is. 30th is a Thursday, right? No, it's a Tuesday, so on the 1st, we'll conclude the season of September, so that is going to do it, and we'll see you guys and gals then. So don't go anywhere. We're going to set you up for an extreme raid. I don't know who it's going to be with. I'm going to be honest with you. With everyone switching over to the tournament client, there's not likely a chance that we'll get a pro player streamed up. So we'll catch you all later this month. And Day and I got approved for stage 4 watch parties. Be sure to come through and show us some love whenever we get to, get that happen. I think we're gonna do India. Are you gonna do India Day, or are you just gonna do LATAM? You took so long to respond to that. We'll get back to you. Follow us on Twitter.
I need to figure out what time India is.
Yeah, it's late. It's late. It's like 3 a.m. in the morning for me, so 4 a.m. in your time.
So
probably not. Yeah.
So in like 10 hours.
No.
Wait,
in like 34 hours.
Oh, okay.
Oh, today's
it's Saturday.
Thursday,
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll get gear up for
today was Friday. We're casting Mobile Mayhem. What the hell?
Yo, I don't know if they were asking me or you, who was I earlier about the BY-50 without select rounds. Maybe it was Dave. Maybe they weren't talking to me. We'll get geared up for a raid. We'll see you guys and gals later. Until then, we'll catch you.
Welcome to New Vision City, a city built upon innovation. You and Atlas, building the promise of tomorrow. ターゲットを捕捉。位置を確認して。行くわよ。